everybody. Sorry we're a little late. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're ready to go now. Welcome to episode 2 of Dinners with Donna. Today we are taking our inspiration from the Morocco Pavilion of Epcot, and we are going to make 2 kinds of baklava. We're ambitious today, and we're going to also make Spanakopita. It just so happens that I have a Middle Eastern background, so I'm pretty familiar with the food and culture that we're exploring today. So I hope you guys enjoy, and should we get going?
Yes,
First of all, I just want to also thank my production team, Nick, who's my camera guy and producer and director and lighting and all that stuff. And I have Richard and Sam in the background. They're helping me with the chat. So thank you to my production team. Yay.
And really quickly, we apologize about those technical difficulties. We're using an app that is not our good friend right now, but I think for the next stream, those should be fixed. And I know it started like a brand new stream with a different title. It was kind of weird, but if you're still in the old chat, let everyone know we're on a brand new stream. I see lots of our friends coming over, and yeah, so thanks everyone for being here, and give us a thumbs up in the chat if you can see us. I think it's working now. It was like giving me an error on the other one, but it's working on this one. Kind of weird, but yeah. Okay, we're getting lots of thumbs up so they can see us. Awesome. So thanks everyone for being here and bearing with us through those difficulties. But let's start.
We are going to start with what I think is the easiest. We're going to go easy and then hard and then simple again. So we're going to start with our chocolate baklava, which is a rolled baklava. And so we've got our nuts here, which is about, I think, 2 cups of nuts. And then we've got cinnamon, honey. I've got coarse chocolate that's going to go in the center. We're going to put some sugar in there. I'm going to melt chocolate chips later to drizzle over the top, so that'll be really special. I'm just going to grab my recipe.
Yes.
Okay, so we preheated the oven to 375 already, so we're good with that. And I'm going to try working with my gloves on, but because phyllo dough is a little bit temperamental and like paper thin, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So if I need to with my bare hands, I will. But just know I will clean my hands and sanitize and all that good stuff, because safety is key. And so, okay, so we did the nuts. Oh, and also we toasted the nuts, which is about 2 cups of nuts. And I toasted them in a 375-degree oven earlier, so they were ready for about 10 minutes, just so they're toasted, not raw. And for this, because I want as little dust, like I don't want to pulverize the nuts, I want a good texture there. I'm going to grind it in my pull grinder that I have. For the other baklava though, there's a lot more nuts. There's like double the amount. So I'll probably get my food processor blender out for that. Okay. Dump our nuts in here. Pull. Then we're going to add, let's see, we're going to add, well, we're not going to add anything to this yet. We're going to pull the nuts and chop that in. So we're going to pull, and this is really nice. It doesn't have a motor. You don't have to plug it in. It doesn't need batteries. It's just arm power. So you just pull until you get the desired consistency of your nuts. I'm going to shake it up because I don't want them, like I said, going crazy small. We want a good texture there. We don't want, nut butter. And of course, this one would be yummy. Okay. I'm going to have to dump these out again because my blade came out, but that'll happen. I'm dealing with a lot of nuts. I probably should have done 2 batches, and I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to split it up in half and half, because half of them, as you can see, are getting that to that texture that we need, but you don't want them too finely ground. So we only need a couple more pulls and we'll be good to go on this. Okay. Oh, that's good.
And by the way, the description, because it did technically start a new stream, the description has been updated with the new recipes. So, yep, the description's updated, and yeah, thanks for being here, everyone. We have 119 watching.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Okay, so as you can see, we have a little bit of dust, and that's to be expected, and that's just fine, but you don't want that throughout, because then that would just make mush when it bakes. By having it mixed in like this, and this is why I'm glad I have my gloves on, so I can mix it with my hands like this, and then you have some, you know, pieces like that, and then this is what it should look like. So you got some texture, but some, you know, finely ground, just so you have, you know, enough that it's not like pulverized. Okay, and then we have extra here, so I'll just put it in there. And then that's another reason why I'm glad my gloves are on. Now we're gonna mix it with, let's see. Oh, the chocolate. And this is 60%. I used Ghirardelli because that's the brand I like, but you can use whatever brand you like, but it has to be dark chocolate. I use 60% cocoa, but you can use whatever you like, really. It's your baklava, you can make it sweeter. The higher the cocoa or cacao content, the more bitter the chocolate will be. The lower the percentage, the sweeter it will be. But this is more pure chocolate, so 60. So it's a little bit sweet. A little bit more bitter than a chocolate chip, like a semi-sweet. Okay, and then we need 2 tablespoons of sugar. I just got these, aren't they cute? So I'm gonna use, oh, it's Goofy. Goofy is a tablespoon. So we're gonna get 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna have to bring it closer. I was trying not to put this big canister on camera, but 1 and 2. And then we have to get our cinnamon. And the ground cinnamon is 1.5 teaspoons. And I'm gonna tell you guys, this is my first time actually making baklava on my own. I used to help my grandma make it and my aunt, but I've never made it all on my own. So bear with me. I'm doing my best, but I think I've got this. I've watched it for enough years to get it. And then we have 1 and then 1/2. Okay. Now this is our filling. I'm just gonna mix it up really well. And this is gonna be so yummy. It looks yummy and smells so good already. Oh my goodness. It almost looks like granola, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or trail mix or something. It just smells so good though. Smell that, Nicholas.
Oh, that smells good.
Doesn't that smell
Yes.
delicious? Okay, so I'm just gonna incorporate it because I want everything well distributed. Okay, so filling done. That was easy, right?
Yeah.
Yep. The tricky part about the baklava of any kind is going to be the phyllo dough. And that's just like I said, because it's paper thin and it's kind of tricky. You've got to keep a damp paper towel or cloth over it so it doesn't dry out and become brittle and like crack and shred on you when you're using it. But yeah. So that's the filling. We'll put that aside here because what we're going to do now is I'm going to clean this off.
And for those of you joining, because this is a new stream, be sure to like the new stream. And yeah, it seems to be going pretty good so far.
Yep. Okay. So now we did all that. Now we need to do the phyllo. Okay. I'm gonna get my scissors.
Awesome. Yes, this is the first stream. There was another stream scheduled, but I clicked on that stream to start it, and I guess it went to another one, so.
Okay, so this is how phyllo comes,
Yeah.
okay? It comes in a box like this, It comes in sheets. You can also get it in some stores shredded. That's for a different recipe that I'll make maybe some other time. It's a custard topped with shredded phyllo, and you bake it in the oven. It's really good, and you top it with honey. But for this, we need the sheets. So these are sheets. They come 2 to a pack. So this is 1 pack here. And you're gonna see, I'm gonna unroll it. And you've got to let these, they were in the freezer, you've got to let them come up to room temperature. So I take them out usually the night before I'm gonna cook and let them thaw in the fridge, and then like an hour or 2 before I'm gonna cook, I take them out because they're best to work with when they're at room temperature. Because like I said, if they're too cold or too dry, it'll be brittle and just not be good at all. So let's see what we got here. Okay. So this is what it looks like.
And there's a question really quickly, if you don't mind.
Sure, no, I don't mind at all.
Tina McNeil said,
Hi, Tina.
Nick, did you see Jill DeFore's question? Is this the same recipe Donna's mom and grandmom used?
Actually, no. I found this one on the internet. Someone requested that I make chocolate baklava. I have never made chocolate baklava in my life. So this is a first, but we are going to do our best. Now see, this is what I mean. See, it already fell apart. So this sheet, if you have a sheet like that, no big deal. Off to the side it goes. You gotta be very gentle and very be very gingerly handling your phyllo dough. Here we go.
And they're asking, which of the 2 are you making?
I'm making the chocolate baklava right now, and
Yes.
it's a roll. Okay, so now we're gonna eventually have 6 layers here. This is our first layer, and you're gonna try to get it as flat there as you can. Now, I had melted the butter for both recipes just because it was easier to have it all together. So I combined the 2 tablespoons, which is, the 4 tablespoons for this recipe with the 8 tablespoons for the other one. So it's all in this pan, but it's all gonna work out just fine. Because what you're basically doing is coating each layer with the melted butter. And as you can see, it's melted butter. There we go. And the reason you're doing this is not just for flavor, but also for to keep the dough pliable and moist. You don't have to soak it, just a light coating is fine between the layers. That was layer 1. You're going to be my counter, Nicholas.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is what, 2. And if it folds over a little bit, you just try to work with it as best as you can. If it cracks a little bit, not a problem. Just smooth it out. Don't let it be intimidating. Just get in there and don't be afraid. And like I said, if a sheet tears on you, they give you plenty. So you can just get rid of that. It's not going to be the
I can be the count. One sheet.
There you go.
I see a lot of questions. Do you want to take some questions while you're doing that?
Absolutely.
So if you guys have any questions, by the way, we're making the chocolate baklava. The recipe is in the description. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and I will try to get to as many of them as possible. And thanks for bearing once again with us through that start. But Donna, we have 161 people watching.
Oh my goodness, thank you everybody. So nice to have you here. I hope you're enjoying this. So we got some questions.
Brian said, what are those sheets again, and what are you putting on them?
Okay, some people call them phyllo dough. I grew up in a Middle Eastern home. We call them phyllo dough. They are basically very thin sheets of pastry dough. They're like paper thin, as you can see? And yes. You can get them in any frozen freezer section at the grocery store. They should have them. I got mine at Publix. So every store should carry them. It used to be harder when I was growing up finding these because, it wasn't, international cuisine wasn't a big thing back then. So in the 70s, so you couldn't really find them. We had to go to a specialty store to get them. But now they're everywhere, which is great.
And again, you can see how thin that is. And we have some questions. Max K says, has Donna always loved cooking and baking?
Hi, Max. Yes, I've always loved baking and cooking, and I think it started when I was small. I spent lots of time with my grandma, my mother, my aunt, in the kitchen cooking, and they would always give me, you know, I would chop the nuts or put the chocolate chips in the cookies or whatever, so I was always helping. I started cooking like dinners and things when I was like 7 or 8 or something like that. And yeah, it just is something I enjoy. I find it very relaxing. Yeah.
And Tina says, damp tissue paper like, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Disney Ken said, you're doing a great job, Donna. Very easy to follow along with you guiding us. Thanks.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I hope I make it, you know, approachable, because that's my goal, is to make you not afraid to try this. You know, mistakes happen. I make mistakes, and I've been cooking my whole life practically. You know, you just roll with the punches, and it's not, you know, rocket science. If something goes wrong, we fix it, we make it right, and we move forward. So it's just a good thing.
Alyssa Neal, Disney family question for Nick.
Hi,
Well,
Alyssa Neal.
hey, Alyssa Neal. How do you get to hang out with such a famous, internationally known chef?
Who's that?
That's you, of
Oh,
course.
it's me.
Deborah Doodles says, Donna, since the dough is so thin, is the dessert low in calories?
I wish. The butter, unfortunately, makes it not. But you're gonna see when I make the Spanakopita, I actually get around the butter with that one. But because this is a dessert, and it's supposed to be, as Nick would say, decadent, I do make sure I use the butter in this recipe. The Spanakopita, I actually don't use butter on my phyllo. I use butter-flavored cooking spray. Yeah.
Melissa from Mouse Talk says she's heading over now.
Ooh, come on over, Melissa.
And Dad and Mom Resort TV 1 are here.
Oh, hi, Jen and Jerry. Welcome into the kitchen. Okay, so now we've got our layers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna use half of the filling, if that makes sense, right? Because we're gonna make 2 sets of these. We're gonna make rolls out of them.
They said, Donna, where did you find the music for your stream? It's perfect.
Oh, we actually found it on YouTube. We looked for copyright-free Greek music and Middle Eastern music.
Disney Up Boiler Up says, I've never had baklava before. Can you mail me some, please?
You
Ruby
got
Princess G says, I want to know if Donna is shipping us some samples after. Nikki Walker says, thank you for doing this for us. Can you use dried cranberries instead of raisins?
You can put whatever you'd like in this filling. I'm going the traditional route only because, like I said, this is my first time making this kind of baklava, but you make it however you would like it. I just wouldn't put anything wet into the middle, like cream or something like that, or jam. That might mess with the cooking and things, but as long as it's like a dry ingredient, you should be good to go. Okay.
Mike 80 NYC says, Donna, do baklava recipes differ depending on where you are?
Yes, that's a very good question. Okay, so depending on which country you are making your baklava from, it's different. Like the Greeks have a very honey-based syrup. You'll see when we're making the baklava at the end, after we bake it, there's a syrup that goes over it. In Greece, they use a honey-based one. In Lebanon, which is where my recipe is coming from today, it's more of a sugar simple syrup like you would use in American cooking.
DizVision 3D says, Donna, question.
Yes.
Where did you get your popcorn maker?
Oh, my popcorn maker came from
Amazon.
Okay, so we've got our nuts in the middle, right? So here's what we're gonna do next. We are going to very carefully,
I can smell it from here.
doesn't it smell good?
Yes.
We are going to roll this up very gently and very tightly. That's the key, is tight, tight, tight. Like remember when we made the egg rolls, Nick, and I said you've got to make sure it's tight, otherwise your filling will come out really bizarre. Okay, so now, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna grab this pan, because it's gonna go on this pan to cook. I might need a bigger pan.
You have one question while you're doing that from Make It Blue, a Disney Adventure. Is baklava a crunchy texture? I'm sensitive to textures.
Yes, it is very crispy on the outside, and the nuts, of course, on the inside would be crunchy, so it is a very crispy texture. So if that is a sensitivity for you, I would probably stay away from this one. The Spanakopita is crunchy on the outside, but the inside's creamy and spinachy and warm, and yeah, so that's a little bit, it's soft. But this one's really crunchy.
Question from, and then one more question from.
Yeah, no problem.
And then
I'll take all the questions.
we'll take some more.
And then I'm just gonna say we just brush this with more butter to keep it from cracking again.
Question from Natisha. Is she using a non-stick cooking pan or does she use Pam spray?
Okay, this is my go-to trick. I hate doing the dishes, and so I always take my baking sheet and use non-stick foil. I don't have to spray it or anything, and that's my trick.
Awesome.
So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna make another one of these and do the other half. So we're just gonna repeat this process, and then we'll put this in the oven. And then when that's baking, we'll make the simple syrup that's gonna go over the top of it.
Perfect.
Yeah. And if you can, as you can tell, I put a damp paper towel over the phyllo I wasn't using so that it stays moist and doesn't break on me. Okay. So
Should we say hi to some of our friends in the chat?
Yes, let's do.
Let's see. We have. Let's try to go back up as far as I can. We have Max and Dad Resort TV1.
Hi, Max. Hi, Jerry.
Sandy Norris.
Hi, Sandy.
Roxanne.
Roxanne, yes.
Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
And Mom Resort TV1.
Hi, Jane.
Janie B.
Hi, Janie B.
Christine Hickman.
Well, all our friends are here. Hi, Christine.
Miss G.
Hi, Miss G. Oh, and I have a question for you, Miss G. Is it Miss G or is it MSG? Because we've been having a debate about that.
We usually don't have debates on people's name, but this is we've been having a debate on this how this name is.
I was thinking how clever, it's MSG, and he's like, no, it's Miss G.
Like Miss, like you know, like Mr. Mrs. Like the Ms.
Right.
What's the title? It's a title. I was thinking it was like the title Ms. MS, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Nikki Walker.
Hi, Nikki.
Amy and Leanne and Natisha.
Hi, oh my goodness, you're all wonderful for coming. Thank you. I hope you're having fun in the kitchen.
So Miss MISSG.
Okay.
You got it right.
Yay. Okay, so now we know it's Miss G.
Yes, it's a title, MISS. Which of the two is she making it? She is making the chocolate.
And you'll know the difference because if you show them that one, Nicholas, over there, it's rolled up. The next one we're making is much bigger and it comes in a big pan, a baking pan, and we're gonna cut them into diamond shapes. So that's how you can differentiate the ones we're making. This one is a rolled one.
And we have Pete McDevitt.
Hi, Pete.
The Great Marco.
Marco.
Avery, the Cuban American.
Hi, Avery.
Extraordinary.
Kaylee. Hi, Kaylee and Larry. I hope Larry's getting hungry.
I think I said this on my stream last night because I was searching so hard for pet merchandise in Screen Door.
I know, we wanted to get something for Larry.
I think I'm gonna have a segment on some of the streams called Larry's Latest Findings.
Oh, I love it.
And we're gonna show off all the pet merchandise.
I love that.
So.
That's awesome.
And there was a question, I'm hoping I can find it again. And if we miss your questions, please repost that. We have 184 people watching.
Oh my goodness.
And if you guys are new, be sure to subscribe to Donna. And I'll actually show you, now I'm gonna unsubscribe to resubscribe again just to show you guys how it's done. So you go up here, you can click that red subscribe button. It says subscribed. Then you can go to that notification bell. You can click all, and you'll get all. Oh, it says error. Let's try that again. There you go. Then you get all the notifications. Perfect. Extraordinary says, all you guys are too sweet.
We think you're too sweet. We love Larry. We love you too.
And Avery has his fun facts.
Ooh,
the
good.
famous tree goats in Morocco help with the process of making argan oil.
Oh, I actually knew that.
Donna knew
because
that
argan
one.
oil comes from Morocco.
Roxanne says, did Donna prefer baking or cooking?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a toughie.
It depends what mood I'm in, I guess. But I like both very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isaac Nail's here too.
Hi, Isaac.
Can you show how to click the thumbs up? Yes, I absolutely can. Why not? So, and I have the stream, and I'm gonna unlike it to re-like it again, obviously, you know. So if you're on your phone and your chat's like that, you're gonna wanna click the X, and then you're gonna see that gray thumbs up. You wanna just click it, and it'll go blue, and then on the bottom it'll say added to like videos. And then all of the recipes are here in the description. And then you can just go right back to the live chat, and there are all your amazing comments. Corey's mom said Lucy and Taylor are watching and asked to tell Donna hi.
Hi, Lucy and Taylor. I miss you guys so much. I hope you get to come play with me sometime soon. I miss you girls very much. Have you had baklava? I wonder if they've had baklava ever.
A lot of people are asking, where is your Patriots cutting board? And it's...
Oh, it's under the nuts.
Oh, is it over? Oh, it's right. Oh, it's over there. Well,
Yeah.
you can kind of get a glimpse
I
of
needed
it.
a big workspace today because of the Phyllo dough. So I had to kind of rearrange how things are. But they're still around. I'm still a fan.
Alyssa and Neil said, question for Nick, because they don't have questions for you, they have questions for me, but hey, I'll take questions. Since you are fortunate enough to be in the same kitchen as the world-famous chef, Neil G is the world-famous chef, can you put aside some leftovers for Alyssa and Neil? That's up to...
We can do that.
I think we could make that happen. And there was another...
Carlos wanted to know if you're a fan of Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, that's actually Sam's favorite, one of her favorite movies. I love My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I've seen both of them, and yeah, they're really funny. I love them a lot. So yeah, we've got the filling going in again. So like I said, it takes time only because, you know, it's a process.
Sure.
But it's not a hard process. It's just, you know, it takes time to do it.
And Brianna Pizza, Donna, do you prefer sweet or savory baked goods?
Oh, now that's a good question, Brianna. That's another one. I think it depends what mood I'm in. Usually, if it's like in the evenings, I would prefer something sweeter. But if it's during the day, I would probably want something a little more on the savory side, like maybe like a ham and cheese scone or something like that.
And Canadian Tinkerbell E says, how many sheets of phyllo are you using per roll?
6.
6.
We are using 6.
That's one more than 5 and one less than 7.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mad dash. You ready for this? Let's hope it doesn't fall
Bum,
apart.
bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, you made it. That should have been a boomerang.
Okay, so now we're gonna brush this, and then I believe it goes.
Make It Blue says, could I make the nuts finer texture to not have it as crunchy, Donna, or would it fall apart?
Okay, you could do that, but what you'll get inside is more of like a nut butter texture. If you don't mind that, then it should be fine.
And Deborah Doodles says, Donna, do you make Greek wedding cookies? So yummy.
Yes, and if you want, we can do that on another stream sometime. That would be great. Okay, so
Mike Wheeler, good to see you, Mike.
brush well with butter. Did that. Okay, we're ready to go in the oven, Nick.
Awesome. And one more question before I follow you over.
Absolutely.
Actually, 2. One of them's really short, though. Fantastic Chronicles says, Donna, if you had to choose one, what would it be if you could only make one? Cake, cookies, or pies?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with pies.
And then one more quick question, and then I'll start following you. Is it gluten-free?
No. No, I don't believe it's gluten-free.
Not gluten-free.
Because there's flour and things in the Phyllo dough. Let me actually look, because it doesn't say gluten-free on here, but it's got enriched wheat flour.
Do any of our other special guests want to say hi? I won't show you the whole time like last night, but there's Richie.
I moved these to a bigger pan.
We're just going to point out Richie the whole time.
I moved them to a bigger pan just because they were a little bit overhanging on the pan I had them on. So,
Yeah.
But we're gonna bake them now.
There they go in the oven.
And they bake for about 18 to 20 minutes. So
And
put them on
then-
for 18 and we'll check.
Yeah.
Now, the next step is to make the simple syrup. So we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna wipe out this pan. Had butter in it earlier. Okay, so we're...
How's
I
it
had
going,
rinsed
Donna?
it. It's going well. I had rinsed out this pan because I had actually melted butter in it earlier, but it's good to go now. All right, so now I'm going to show you, this is going to be what it looks like, the finished product. I made this for the other baklava that we are going to have later, the big tray. And it's basically a simple syrup of sugar, water, orange blossom water, which is here. You have to go to a specialty foods place to find this. My aunt and grandma use rose water. I'm not a huge fan of the rose water. It's a little bit too floral for me, even though it's not really floral, but it's got that little bit of a floral taste to me. Some people love it, but I prefer the orange blossom water. It's more citrusy. It's a little bit lighter, brighter to me than the rose water. But you can get these at any Middle Eastern grocer. I got mine on Amazon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So then you are gonna make a syrup out of it, and you have to let it cool a little bit so you can pour it over the finished baklava. So for this one, we need how much sugar?
And by the way, you have over 200 people watching.
Oh my goodness. We need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And then we're gonna need, it's equal parts. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of water. And then we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of honey. Okay, so 3/4, 3/4, and a 1/4.
Wendy Luhu says, hey, Donna.
Hi, Wendy. Okay, so we got...
Pete McDevitt says, can we get Arjon to take a drink out of that?
Yeah, great. I don't think so.
Maybe the kitchen sink if we have cups.
That could be. All right, so our water's here.
It wasn't that bad with the cups, though.
No.
There's the water.
And we got 3/4
And there's Sam on the fridge in 2008.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Here's Donna's
12
fridge.
years ago, Nicholas.
12 years ago.
Okay, so
Here's
now
Donna's fridge.
I'm going to show you a little trick.
Yes.
Because, honey is really thick and sticky.
I'm going to get on this side. Yeah.
So what I do before I measure it, I take my cooking spray and just spray the cup. Poof.
Poof.
Opa. And yeah, so we need a 1/4 cup.
And they're asking if we survived the kitchen sink.
Barely.
We did finish it, and we checked the waiter, and he said we finished it because there was no toppings left, but there was just like a little milkshake of ice cream. Then we decided
We
to
poured it in cups.
pour it in cups. So we did technically finish the whole thing.
Although I have to say, I think Richard and I tackled most of it.
Well, I had like a chunk of it, not a big chunk.
He had 5 bowls. I had about 4.
I had 3. Right? Yeah, it was 3. Huh?
And you left one full.
No, it wasn't full. It was all like milkshake and ice cream at the end. Huh?
Should've drank.
We did finish it though. The waiter said we finished it, so it counts.
Okay, so now we poured our 1/4 cup of honey. And I just got Publix Clover honey. You can use whatever kind you like. And a little
There's
bear.
the
Isn't he
little
cute?
bear. Publix Clover honey with the bear.
But you're gonna see how easy this pours out, Nick, because I sprayed the, see that?
Yeah.
Because I sprayed the measuring cup. All that honey goodness. Just trying to get all the honey out. But yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so now we need to stir it really carefully. And keep an eye on it. And does it say?
Yes. They said, what a neat trick to spray the measuring cup. Learned something new today.
Yeah, and I do that with peanut butter too. Anything sticky, if you spray the measuring cup, it will come out a lot easier for you. It's the cleanup's a breeze. Okay, so we're gonna stir it over medium heat until the sugar dissolves and bring it to a simmer. And then we're gonna simmer it for 10 minutes. Like I said, I've never made this before. That's why I keep running back to my recipe. So thanks for bearing with me. Okay, we're done with the sugar for now.
Happy Hopper, so they were just full watching us walk around after.
I was too. I was surprised I was able to walk around after that.
We did walk it off towards the end though. Like I felt better after towards the end, and my feet felt worse. Disney World Freak asked a question for Richard to ask you, or I can just ask it.
Sure.
Okay.
When are you making a recipe from back home in Rhode Island, like pancakes?
I have the ingredients to make clam cakes. I have the ingredients to make hot wieners too.
Ooh.
So yeah, I can do that whenever you like, Carlos.
Chorizo,
I even have stuff to make Dell's lemonade. And for those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in Rhode Island. And Rhode Island is very unique as far as its food offerings. It's very localized. Dell's Lemonade is a little chain of lemonade stands, but their lemonade is frozen like a slush. And it tastes like, unlike any other frozen lemonade I've ever had in my life. It's delicious.
JL says, is that the iPad Pro I see in the back?
It is indeed.
Yes, it has all the recipes on it. JL says I need to get that keyboard case.
Yeah, it's expensive, that keyboard case.
Mandy and Keith say thank you for the live stream.
Oh, thank you. Now, if you want to show them what this is looking like, because now the sugar has dissolved, Nicholas, and we're just going to stir it so we don't burn it. But you can see the sugar's all gone and dissolved, and it's going to make a nice stir.
And the question why I might sound louder than Donna, I shouldn't be too much louder, but it's because I'm like my face is
Right by the phone.
It's really close to the phone because I'm holding it, but you should still be able to hear Donna. They're asking how your Sunday is going.
My Sunday is going very well, thank you.
Miss G says, I have a question about non-dairy, or I have a request. How about non-dairy Dole Whip?
Ooh, that's a very good request. I'm sure I could work on that and see what I can find. That'd be fun.
We could probably put them right here because then they could see everything
Oh, that'd be great.
while you're stirring it. And Neil had a question. Let me get that up here.
I hope all of you are having a good Sunday. It's hot here, so I'm glad I'm inside in my kitchen and cooking for all of you.
They're saying both of our sounds are good, so
Oh, good.
that's good.
Good.
Alyssa and Neil said, Nick, question for Donna. Donna, do you have an agent? If not, Neil's available for slight commission. I'll give Richie a cut.
That's awesome. I love that, Neil. You're funny.
Jenna Resort TV 1 is here.
Jenner! Hi, Jenner. Always good to see Jenner in the chat.
I think Dole Whip is it non-dairy?
I think it is not
I think
dairy.
it is.
The citrus swirl wouldn't be because it's got the ice cream soft serve mixed in.
Jenna says, hi, Donna from Universal.
Ooh, Thanks for stopping in, Jenner. I appreciate
Judy
that.
Pal says, since Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is canceled, do you guys have any other fun things planned at the Magic Kingdom?
At Magic Kingdom? I don't know if we have anything planned at Magic Kingdom other than going there and enjoying the park if reservations are available. I definitely want to see the Halloween decorations for sure. That's big on my list because they are putting them up. I don't think they're doing anything, as far as I know, as far as celebrating and stuff like that. So I'll probably be cooking at home, making Halloween themed treats and stuff and pushing them on Nicholas.
Yes. They are asking what you did today, obviously other than cooking.
Oh, okay. Well, most of my morning was spent doing online church. I do that every Sunday. I used to, before the pandemic, sing in my church choir. So I sang at 2 services every Sunday. But now I'm relegated to watching the online services, which isn't quite the same, but at least I get my worshiping in, which I like to do. So that's what I did, and then we had leftover pizza for lunch. Not anything, exciting. Just because I was getting ready for the stream, I had to toast the walnuts and almonds and all that stuff, and get everything ready. So we didn't want to do anything too elaborate. Plus, I knew we'd be eating baklava and Spanakopita.
And it says she also does online, or Anne says she also does online church and miss singing in her choir.
Yeah, it's hard, and then my church right now has a praise team of like 4 people, but it's hard when you see your friends up there singing and you want to be with them, but you can't. It's a tough time, but we're getting through it.
3 Enchanted Portal says we watch church online too. We call it couch church.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different, but at least it's better than nothing. And I'm glad this didn't happen, like 30 years ago before social media and all this existed, because we wouldn't have online church. We'd have to just stay home. So at least we can worship, which is nice. Okay. So can they see this? Because
Yes.
I want them to see how it's looking now. See, the sugar's all dissolved. And it's looking kind of like, it's a little thin right now, but it's gonna, once it starts to simmer, it's gonna simmer for 10 minutes, and it's gonna be, it's gonna get thick like this one did. This is kind of like, it almost looks like, the Caro corn syrup, if you guys know in the chat when you cook. That's kind of what the consistency ends up being like.
And Mickey Blog is here.
Hi, Mickey Blog. It's fun to see them too.
JL said, Donna, what's your favorite thing to watch on Disney Plus?
Okay, so I love The Mandalorian. I love the one with the props. Is it Prop House? Prop Culture.
Prop Culture.
Prop Culture. I love that. I love the story, the documentary about the Sherman brothers. Yeah, those have been my favorites so far. How about you, Nick? I want to know what your favorite is.
I've been watching the new Muppets Now.
Oh, you have? I wanted to know, how was it? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
I'm
as
very
you
excited.
said, you've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Have you heard more negative than positive?
Yes.
I liked it, but let me say, I could see how you wouldn't like it. I could see how people would not like it, but I liked it.
Okay. Is it because it strays from the originals? Because I think people want the originals.
It's not the original.
Yeah.
It's like a completely different Muppets thing.
Yeah.
But basically, the backstory is that, like, it's all unedited and it's all, like, unscripted. I mean, it is scripted, but yeah, it's all, like, the movie is, or the show is that it's all unscripted.
But it's not improv.
No. I would give it a watch. I mean, it never hurts to watch it. If you don't like
I'm
it.
going to watch it. Yeah.
You don't like it, you don't. Donna, since you're cooking Greek food, can you say "Opa" and break some paper plates? We don't want you to ruin your fine china. That's from Alyssa
Well,
Neal.
I will definitely say, Opa! I don't have any paper plates on me to throw around, but yeah, we'll do it in spirit. How's that?
But as we're continuing, because I know some more friends have joined us, we have 225 people watching.
Welcome in, everybody.
Be sure to ask your questions for Donna, and I will happily.
Oh, we can show them my cookbook too.
Yes, yes.
So, to get into the spirit of the Moroccan cooking this time, I found my 25th anniversary cookbook of Restaurant Marrakesh from Epcot that I actually bought in Epcot. And it has all the recipes in there. Unfortunately, it didn't have Spanakopita or Baklava recipes in there. Otherwise, I would have made it directly from there. But yeah, it's really a nice book, and I can't find it anywhere because mine was in my garage in Oklahoma before I moved. As you can see, there's some water damage. But I was going to try to replace it, but I couldn't find it on eBay or Amazon or anything. So, but there's some good recipes. There's nice pictures. Yeah. Pictures of the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really, really nice. But yeah, unfortunately got some water damage in Oklahoma because we did get torrential rain and tornadoes and things like that there. So, but it survived kind of. There we go.
Glowing Sparkly says, what's your favorite type of food to eat?
Oh, I love Middle Eastern food. I love Greek food. I love kefta. I love souvlaki. I love tabbouleh. I love fattoush salad, if anyone knows what that is. It's basically a salad, and it has, instead of like what Americans would put like croutons, it's got toasted pita bread bits in it, which is so good. Yeah, I love all that stuff, falafel. And I do love a good steak and a good cheeseburger too. So.
Disney World Castle says, Donna, what's your favorite country in Epcot to dine at?
Oh, okay, to dine at. I'm gonna have to think on that one for a minute.
There's only 11 of them.
Yeah. Well, they all have their good and
They do.
It's hard because there's so many good choices. I love the Cellier. The steak there is unbelievable. But if you want to go exotic, I do love Morocco. You do have to have time to eat in the full service, sit down table service restaurant there because it's basically a whole experience. You want to see the musicians and the belly dancer and all that stuff. And it's more of an experience than just dining, which I enjoy. I love the Napoli. The Napoli is excellent. I love Rose and Crown. There's a lot of good ones. It's hard to choose just one. And I think it depends, like I said, like in what kind of mood you're in. If you feel like Italian food, definitely the Napoli is the way to go. The one I haven't tried Chefs de France. I've always wanted to, just never have gotten there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few more questions. I'm going to try to get to a few of them. Happy Hopper says, Nick, does Donna prefer to cook on a gas or electric stove?
Okay, so I grew up, like I said, in New England, and that's all we had was natural gas stoves. I got married in South Dakota, Nebraska, and from then on, all I ever had was electric. So that's more what I'm used to now, but I can cook on either of them. But since I cook on electric the most, I'm going to say electric. Okay, we're going to check on this now. I'm going to turn the kitchen timer off. Oh, those look pretty good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think, let me take them out.
Yeah.
Sometimes the oven light is a little bit,
Not that
I
reliable.
just want to make sure that, each, I think they can go in maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe a
But
little.
see, they're starting to turn golden.
Yeah, they're starting to get that
So,
golden.
yeah, I'm going to turn it around too.
When you lived in Oklahoma, did you visit Texas?
Oh, most definitely. We lived on the Texas border, 40 minutes away. So we always went to Wichita Falls, which is, I believe, northwest Texas. And yeah, we went there a lot.
Corey's here from Corey Meets World.
Corey, hi Corey. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in.
And Karki says, Donna, what is the first meal you remember making?
Well, I called it shepherd's pie. My friend Disney Dan from the UK would call it cottage pie, which I do call it now that he taught me the difference. but it's basically ground beef with a vegetable. Traditionally, we would do either peas and carrots or corn, and then a layer of mashed potatoes on the top of that, and then you just bake it in the oven. So it's kind of like a casserole.
Leanne says, can you ask Donna where I'd find that utensil she's using? I think the blue one.
Oh, this is called a spurtle. It's a silicone coated, so it can go up to 500 degrees. I love it because nothing sticks to it. So when I'm making like syrups and things and using honey and all that, it's a really great tool. I get them on QVC.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Donna, was your favorite hotel on property?
Oh, I love Wilderness Lodge. Just because the lobby to me is so inviting and cozy, and it reminds me of the Pacific Northwest, and I love Oregon and Washington and that just all the stuff out there. So yeah, I love the national parks and things like that. It just makes me feel like I'm not fully at Disney. It's like I'm in nature and things. They even pipe in cricket sounds, for goodness sakes. It's crazy, but but I love that. And I also do love Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great Marcus says cottage pie equals beef, shepherd's pie equals lamb.
That's right. That's right. See, and I was very American on it, Mark, and Dan taught me the error of my ways, but it made perfect sense when he said it. I was like, well, duh, because shepherds shepherd. They don't shepherd cows, they shepherd sheep.
They're asking where you got your beautiful apron.
Oh, okay, so I got this apron. It was actually sponsored by my mom, Carol, and yeah, I got it at, what did we get it at the gift shop at the Contemporary?
Hollywood Studios.
Oh, we got it at
We
Hollywood
got it at
Studios.
Celebrity 5 and 10.
That's right.
So hi Carol if you're watching.
Hi, Carol. Okay, let's check this again. Oh, now that looks like
Yes,
brown.
that's. And again, it's the oven light, but once we take it out, you should be able to see
Yep.
it.
I'm just gonna scooch this.
Absolutely.
over.
Happy Hopper says, where would Donna like to travel outside of the U.S.?
Oh, if I was to travel outside of the U.S., I'd probably go to Australia, New Zealand, the U.K. I've never been there. Those would be my favorite places to go. Those look really good. So now we're supposed to let that cool for 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll kitchen timer. We'll do about like, I don't know, 7.
Yeah.
Now we're supposed to add a tablespoon of lemon juice to this. So I'm going to do that now. And I already juiced some of the lemon. And we're going to juice more lemon later for the Spanakopita.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anna's saying, I bet the kitchen smells amazing right now.
Does it, Nicholas?
Sounds pretty good.
Okay. So now I'm going to stir this in gently.
Rob Fuzz is here.
Hi, Rob. It's always good to see you.
Can she FedEx or UPS a slice to New Jersey, please?
So I'm going to go over here, Nick, and I'm just going to get ready for the Spanakopita, even though I'm not making that right now. But
Sure.
while this is doing what it needs to do, I'm just going to jump around a little bit and juice a lemon.
Absolutely. Do you want me to show them you juicing the lemon?
Sure, if they want to see that.
Oh, why not? Maybe somebody doesn't know how to
So
juice
this
a
is like
lemon.
a really cheap glass juicer I got for like $3 at a yard sale or something. I've had it for like forever.
I can smell the lemon.
Yeah, it smells good. Yep, see there's no more lemon.
No more
It's
lemon.
all in there. And I definitely do not, when you're cooking, please never use that lemon juice in the bottle thing. It's just not the same. Just buy a lemon and do that. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so when that goes off, when the timer goes off, we've got to let it cool because we're going to cut these into little logs. And once we cut them into the logs, we're going to pour the syrup over them, and it's going to absorb the syrup. And then I'm going to put a drizzle of melted chocolate on the top of them.
Awesome. Sounds yummy.
Yes, it's going to be wonderful.
Question for Nick, would you rather, and again, it's from Alyssa and Neil, would you rather finish the bottom of the kitchen sink or eat both of those logs at once? Probably the logs. Well,
That's my answer.
yeah, I'd probably go with the logs. And then Donna, would you like to talk to the chat? I can give you the chat if you like to talk to them.
So I can come around your way, right?
Yeah, we can selfie.
Okay, can you make it bigger? That's really
No,
small.
but I can pull it up on my phone.
Oh, okay.
And that'll be big. Bam.
Okay.
Really.
Oh.
Bam, 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 bam. There we go. Awesome. So I will pull up the chat on here.
Oh, pigment looks good on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Disney World Castle. Oh, you're welcome, Scarlett. Thank you. Hi, Ronnie. Alex. Janie B. Minnie May. Carlos. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Jill. Hi, Simple and Delicious. Hi, Mai. I like that name. Oh, wait, it went too fast.
Oh.
Hi, Archangel. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Caitlin. Oh, she has a question. Where did you find the figment?
Oh, well, Sam. Hi, Sam.
Sam went on a merch hunt.
Sam went on a merch hunt and she got it at the Image Works. Yes, at the Image Works in Epcot.
Wasn't he just like released yesterday?
Yes, it released yesterday.
Hi, Elena. And Glowing Sparkly. Oh, I like that name. Glowing Sparkly. Hi, Theme Parks After Dark. Hi, Marguerite. And Jean. And Jonathan. And I said, Michelle. Donna, let's schedule the great. We need to, Corey. We need to do the meatloaf challenge.
Yes.
Yes. And I want your mom to be part of it too. So.
Corey's mom said Taylor and Lucy love pigment on next show.
Oh, yeah.
Aww. Hi, Taylor and Lucy. I miss you
It can
guys.
dance too.
Lynn. Hi, Michelle. JL. Noah, welcome back. Hi, Simba Chu. And please don't think I'm ignoring. I'm reading off Nick's phone.
No,
because
no.
I'm blind as a bat.
I can barely see it on there when I'm right up against it.
I know, it's so small on there.
It is. Corey said, no, Mom can't be a part of it. This is a challenge for two.
Okay, but can't she be like a judge? Or an official or something? We've got to make her part of it somehow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cook off
Hi,
with Josh and
Jason.
Jenna. Ooh, that would be fun.
Ooh, that'd
We
be
should
nice.
have like a YouTubers cook off. Everybody
That
cooks
would be so
something.
much fun.
We all
But
get together when it's
Corey,
safe to.
This is going to be a great meatloaf challenge. We are going to have so much fun. It's going to be awesome.
Corey's mom said I'm just gonna be there just to observe and learn.
Yay! I love it. Hi, it's Joey's World. Did I have a question?
Is the thing on your shoulder a result from eating too much ice cream? I don't know what it's a result of.
It's a figment of his imagination. Ha! See what I did there?
Mm.
Ah.
Corey Meets World said mainly because I'm afraid she would beat me.
Well, moms always cook the best, right, Corey?
Do you have room for 236 people?
Always.
Of course, we'd have to be have masks and be distanced, but
Of
yeah.
course, yeah.
Yeah. Have any of you gone to Alani? Have you?
I have not. Have you?
I have not been to Alani. I really want to one
I'd
of
like
these
to.
days.
My niece has been to Alani.
How's it going, Richie? He's smiling. He's happy. They're saying thanks for cooking today. Opa.
Oh, no, you're welcome. Thank you for sticking with us. I know baklava and stuff can be a little time consuming, but the end result will be worth
Ooh,
it. Oh,
dang.
speaking of. Okay.
And bam.
Okay. So now I'm going to pour this syrup into another vessel.
That was about to fall.
Oh, I've done this so many times, Nicholas. I got this.
I was like, oh, that would be bad. But no, we did good. What can I say? Puns are punderful. That's what Extraordinary said. That is punny.
Okay. There we go.
It has like, I mean, the stream is getting it, but it looks like basically if you didn't know what it was, you could probably say it's like apple juice. Like that's the color of it.
Yes. And if you notice, it's different from the one we're going to use on our big pan of baklava. This one's a little bit more clear. And I'm not sure as this sits a little bit, if it's going to be become more of that color or not. We'll see.
Pamela V, good to see you. Pamela says, if I were there, I would Greek dance. Perhaps Richard can. Richard, can you Greek dance?
Not quite.
Not quite. Maybe some practice and maybe on the next cooking show.
Okay. So now we are going to be cutting these rolls into fourths. So I'm gonna.
Who is your favorite actor that played Superman? If you have one.
Tobey Maguire.
That's why.
No. That played Superman?
Superman.
Superman, I'm sorry. Christopher Reeves, you gotta go with the OG.
Mm-hmm. Pamela V said, Opa, Richie.
Okay, we're going in, guys.
We're going
Oh, look at that.
in. Ooh, it looks decadent.
It's decadent. So now we're gonna cut them again. We're gonna cut them in half and then cut them in half. So we're making 4.
I'll get on this side. Bam, bam, bam. There we go.
Well, we could cut them smaller. Maybe I'll make them smaller.
Like little bite sizes.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
like that.
Oh, that crunch.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to get them close so they can hear it.
There we go. I'm gonna cut in half first. There we go.
Did Donna just say OG LOL?
I always say OG.
Baklava ASMR.
Okay, so look at this, guys. You can see the chocolate and the nut. And you can smell the cinnamon, Nick.
You can. It smells very good.
What does it smell?
Decadent.
There you
it
go.
almost smells like Nutella in a way.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take these end pieces and just put them here because when we pour the syrup over the baklava, I don't want it to pull up, you know? All right.
Archangel said that crunch. That was a crunch.
I know, the crunch, that's what you're looking for.
You want that. That's why I think it's good we kept it in longer because now you get that crunch.
Yeah, you can tell the color. The first time we checked on it, it was really light, if you noticed. And it was starting to get brown, but this is the brown you're looking for sure.
Make it blue says, could you make baklava in a square pan? I've heard that some baklava made in pans.
That's what we're doing next. We're gonna make it in a big rectangular pan. So I'm gonna put this here. And I've got, if you see, it's got a rim so that any extra syrup will be held because it's gonna get really syrupy. Okay, I'm just gonna read what the recipe says.
Yeah.
And it says, let them stand, cut them into, okay, we did that. Place them in. Okay, so it says to place them in a dish, but I think they're good here.
I think that's good.
Yeah, I think they're good.
I think it's just like for display.
Well, it says for the honey, and I think it's the same reason I said here.
Yeah,
is
that's
because
good.
when we're pouring it, we don't want it to go all over the baking sheet.
I think we're good.
But I think we're good tea. So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna drench them in the syrup.
Brittany Morgan said, I know nothing about baklava. Is there anything you can substitute for chocolate? I can't eat chocolate.
You can leave the chocolate out.
You can leave the chocolate out. We need smell-o-vision. That would be nice right now. Although it'd probably be a big cost. Like, I don't know how we might have to put a deposit on that.
Yeah.
Can you get Greek
Look,
food
it's
at Disney?
It's
It is.
absorbing a lot of this liquid. And that's why when you're eating baklava, you need like a wet wipe because it's very sticky.
Helen says, where did I get my shirt? I don't really think I showed it, but I'll show it
Oh,
again.
I love your shirt.
Yeah. I don't want to walk too far, but I think I'm good. It says home. I got this at, I think, Mouse Gear. Epcot or Mouse Gear. I believe it was Mouse Gear. I know it was in Epcot, though.
Rob said that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it is basically. And as you can see, there is a lot of residual syrup in here, but it's going to absorb. And we're going to put it aside now to sit while we make the other baklava. So I'm going to put it over here on my Mickey trivet that I just got yesterday.
That my chat made her get. Because if I ask them anything, they'll say yes.
What?
If I ask the chat anything. I could go to the Rebus Brothers and ask if I should get that $37,000 castle. They say yes.
There's mine. Okay. So while that's cooling and before we put the drizzled chocolate on, because if we did it now, the baklava is still warm and the chocolate would just kind of melt into a gloppy mess. So we're gonna let it cool.
Richard Scott says Mrs. Donna has magical hands.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna brush the bottom. This is a 9 by 13 by 2 inch dish, just a regular casserole pan. The recipe says to use a metal pan. I don't think it's that important. If you have a non-stick pan, it's just fine. I wouldn't worry terribly too much about it.
We got the Mickey trivet at the marketplace at Disney's Beach Club Resort.
We did indeed.
And it wasn't that expensive, too. Happy Hopper said, watching this is cruel and unusual punishment.
Not for me.
Not for Richie.
Okay.
Richie likes it.
So the first step in the recipe was what we did. I made the syrup. So the syrup's over there. And the syrup consisted of, let's see, it consisted of 1.5 cups of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of water, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 2 teaspoons of that orange blossom water. Now, Nick, I want you to smell this because it smells really good.
Oh, that sounds good. Floral.
Mm-hmm.
Richard's gonna drink it.
That's like orange
So
blossom.
now that's orange, right? Now I'm going to show you what my aunt used in hers, and a lot of people use in theirs, is rose water. You'll smell the difference. It's a little bit stronger. See what I mean?
It's stronger.
Which one would you
It almost
prefer?
smells like the
orange,
Soren
right?
smells.
Yeah.
It almost smells like Soren.
That's why I chose that one. It's a little bit lighter. It's more citrusy.
Yeah.
Less floral.
Like that's Soren in a bottle, literally.
It is.
That's Soren in a bottle.
It is indeed. Okay, so that's what I made the syrup with the orange blossom water. So that's this right here. And you can see the consistency of it.
Yeah.
Just kind of like corn syrup, like lake corn syrup. Okay.
Disney World Castle says, I wonder if I can catch the next flight out. I can be at the Orlando airport in 3 hours. Will you wait for me to eat dinner?
Yes, I wait for everybody. Everyone's always welcome at my house. That's the way I was brought up. So, okay, so now we need to make the sugar butts. Are you ready
Awesome.
for this?
Let's do it.
I gotta get my blender out for this one. I might have to move over here.
I can move.
Alright.
I'll go down this way. There's a wild Richie.
Okay. So I've got my Vitamix. I'm gonna put it on variable. I'm gonna put the speed on low because like I said before, we do not want to mince meat or pulverize our nuts. We want it to have a good texture and not overkill. So.
They ask if most stoves in Florida are electric.
I believe so. There
Yeah.
are some gas, but I think they're rarer
Yeah.
than electric. I think most are electric. Richie, you're a building inspector, is that true?
Yes.
It got a yes from Richard, so we know it's true.
Okay, so now here's a batch of nuts I had toasted for this baklava recipe. As you can see, it's a lot more nuts because it's going to be a bigger sheet pan or a bigger pan. And we're not going to have to do much with these because they were already chopped.
Michaela says my stove is gas, but there doesn't seem to be more electric stoves. Yeah, I think it's just like, I think it's whatever you want, usually.
You like that scales there?
Yes.
You thought I was going to drop them, didn't you?
No. Donna, JL says, Donna, what is your favorite Harry Potter movie?
Ooh, okay. I like the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah, the Deathly Hallows. It wrapped everything up so nicely, and I like both parts of it. They were both really good.
JL says, have you ever met any celebrities?
I have actually.
Well, she met herself. She is a celebrity.
I am not a celebrity. I've met Vanilla Ice, if that counts.
I'm sure that would count.
I've met a lot of the cast of Dancing with the Stars, the dancers, and things like that when they went on tour. We've done some meet and greets. I've met members of the Fray, the band.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're really cool. Oh yeah, we've met lots of basketball players from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Steven Adams, Russell Westbrook. I've actually high-fived them and everything, so that was cool. I used to have a half-season ticket holder, but I was just a half-season ticket holder, so yeah, we went to all the games, and it was really great. We saw Terrence Ferguson, if anyone knows him, when he was playing for the G League basketball before he became T-Ferg on the Oklahoma City Thunder. So yeah, pretty
Great
cool.
Marker said you met Richard, and he's a celebrity.
Richard is more than a celebrity. He is a legend.
Legend Richie.
He is a legend.
And they said you met me, and I'm a celebrity. No, I'm not.
Nick is a celebrity.
No, I am not.
But I also consider you my YouTube son. So,
Yes.
you know. Okay.
They said you've met some awesome celebrities.
I have. I've been very blessed in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, and I met some of the American Idol people too. Scotty McCreery. I don't know if any of you guys know him, but I met him when American Idol went on tour right after he won. He was a kid then. Now he's like married and has his own kids. Okay, that's it for the ingredients for the nut part.
Now, it might get a little bit loud, so stand by.
Okay, did you do that?
No, it just keeps doing that when I walk by.
It helps if I plug it in.
It would help.
Well, I didn't want to plug it in while I was putting everything in there because, you know, you never know. I didn't want like, you know, a sitcom moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shake it every so often just to mix the nuts
Yeah.
and sugar and everything.
Shake that puppy.
Yeah, well, as you can see, it's getting...
I think the nuts are too much almost. That's it.
Yeah.
We'll get it. This is what comes with cooking.
No, it's going good.
Yeah.
We're gonna tap this.
You gotta move it around.
Now we're gonna tap it to see how the powder's... Oh, or we can knock on it.
Right?
Come and knock on our door.
Who's there?
Yeah, see, we're gonna get that.
Could you bang it? I guess you couldn't bang it from the top, right?
There. Yeah. Like I said, guys, I've not made this on my own before. It's a whole different ballgame. But we're getting through this together.
Yes.
It actually looks almost done. Yeah, almost done. Look at that, man.
Oh yeah, it's almost done.
Yep, I think one more thing and we're done. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah, it did a lot of it.
Yep. This Vitamix is so powerful.
Amber said you're doing great, Donna.
Oh, you guys are so kind. Thank you. Now the Spanakopita that we're gonna make next, I've made a million times, so watch that one be the one that goes wrong, right? Okay, so this is all ready to go.
Awesome.
All right. So now we assemble the baklava.
Assemble that baklava.
What are you gonna do? Okay, so I put butter already in the bottom of the pan, and some of these got a little too wet. Some of that. I'm just gonna open any pack.
Yeah, why not?
Well, because it comes 2 packs, and I've got 2 more boxes, so I'm good.
They asked if that was the backside of Arjan's. Well, I had to pass them somehow, so yes. The 8th wonder of the world, the backside of Arjan's.
Okay. All right, so now the recipe says to take 20 sheets of this phyllo dough and put it in the pan. And that's what I'm gonna do. But I think, it doesn't say to do this, but I think before I put the nuts on, I'm gonna butter it. Just cause.
And we have over 260 people watching. Welcome in, everyone. For those of you just joining, be sure to hit that like button, which is the thumbs up button, as we showed you earlier. Be sure to subscribe to Donna if you're new and you want to see more cooking streams, and ring that notification bell to get notified when she goes live. How many likes? 231 likes. And almost 300 people watching. I hear some thunder. It's a good thing we're inside. Wouldn't it be great if we could like stream this from the Morocco kitchen?
That would be so cool.
Like live cooking from Morocco. Or we could do what those people did at Disney Springs and bring our own stuff. Because you know how they made those hot dogs at Disney Springs. Jill DeForce says, how many layers this time?
20.
20.
It said to do 20.
That's
So
one
we're
less
gonna
than
do
21 and
20.
one more than 19.
And then I'm going to brush it. It didn't say to do this. I just feel better brushing the bottom layer with something. I don't want it to be too dry.
Rusted. I had to read this. Rusted. Richard can belly dance.
Ooh, I'd like to see that. Oh my gosh. That's
And he said,
really
"Where's
funny.
Sam? Maybe she'll make an appearance."
Okay.
It is delicate.
All right, so now I'm gonna read, but I'm believing we put the nuts on. No, okay.
Rose said, "Donna, you must love QVC. I see lots of stuff there from your kitchen."
Yeah, I'm a QVC addict, probably, would be safe to say.
Any lightning? No lightning from what I can see. Oh, Sam said there is some.
Spread the nuts, yeah. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here we go with the nuts. Don't they look great?
This is really nuts.
This is not that hard. I think the rolling and everything maybe was harder. I thought it would be easier, but
Da, 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 da.
sorry about the banging. But yeah, see, you do get some dust in there,
Yeah.
and that I'll just leave. And now, like I said, I have my gloves.
Veronica and Todd are watching. They said, "Hi, Donna. Just tuned in. My aunt Madeline worked in a Greek restaurant. She misses all that food."
Oh, I bet. It's the best.
Sam says her whole room is QVC.
Yeah, Sam is even more QVC than I am.
You guys should buy stock in QVC.
Yeah, really we should. But they have really great kitchen gadgets that I love, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use you.
Michaela said, "This is the nuttiest thing I've ever watched."
I
It
love
is. It's pretty
That's
nutty.
really funny.
And we're all going nuts.
We're so nuts.
Nuts for nuts.
Okay, so I'm gonna get another one of these out.
And I say,
Yes.
if you're good with it, Donna, I'm sure you will be, but that everybody in the chat says congrats to Sam on 1K.
I think that would be wonderful.
So guys, say congrats in the chat to Sam Samantha Lowe on 1,000 subscribers. She just hit that last night while we were taking down the kitchen sink. So
It was a real kitchen sink celebration.
yes.
Let's start counting here. This is 2. And see, this one has a flyaway piece, but we're going to deal with it.
Yeah. I do hear some thunder, but no rain.
Well, we're inside. So.
That is true. We are inside. Everyone's saying congrats to Sam, that she deserves it. I agree.
4, 5, 6.
Classy Disney Mom says it's been inspiring that Sam has been posting her medals.
Yes. 7. 8, 9, 10. This makes half of it. 11, 15. I'm doing it in 5s. They're very exact. They want 20 in here, so. Okay.
Disney World Castle, and you can answer this if you're comfortable with it, says, Donna, do you live close to the parks?
I live with about 10 minutes or so from the parks. Yeah, so pretty close. But I don't really go as much as I used to anymore because of everything that's going on. The masks are really hard for me in the heat. So, yeah. Okay, so now I've got my 20 layers. So 40 layers total. Okay, so we've got, now what do? We look at the recipe. We brush the top, let's see, so the second layer, and then, yeah, brush the top layer, and then I think we put the rest of the butter over it.
Nikki Walker said, what was in the nuts mixture?
Oh, that was just walnuts and sugar.
Yeah.
Yep.
JL says, Universal, Orlando Resort, or Walt Disney World. Which one's your favorite?
Disney World.
And that's what I think that's what everyone's answer is.
Yeah. No, mine's Universal. She likes Universal.
Sam likes Universal better.
I like Fun Spot.
Richard likes Fun Spot. Richard likes Fun Spot the
I like
best.
Gator World.
Richard goes on the Star Flyer every night.
Sam likes Gatorland. Okay, so brush the top layer.
You couldn't pay me to go to Gatorland.
And then using a very sharp knife, and I've got my sharp knife. Where did I put it? Oh, stay in here. Okay, so now here's where the tricky part comes in. We are going to cut them into diamonds. So, and you've got to make sure you cut all the way through, and this is another reason why I'm wearing my gloves. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this
Avery,
way.
the Cuban American, says, Nick hit 5K, Sam hit 1K, Donna hit 1K. Let's help Richard, our John's reach 2K. He'll do a second stream at 2K. Richard just got signed up for another stream. So go subscribe to Richard.
Congo Trapper is watching from Norway.
Oh, how nice. Thank you for joining us.
Glowing Sparkly says, what's your favorite ride at Magic Kingdom?
Unfortunately, it's down now, but the People Mover. But I also do love Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, as you can see, can they see?
Yep, they can see.
I'm cutting diagonally. We're gonna make diamonds out of this. And then I'm gonna cut the other way now. So I'll come around this way.
Yeah.
And you've gotta make sure that you cut all the way through to the bottom. But also be careful, because see, sometimes the dough will stick to you, And that's not good. So gotta be a little bit careful.
I'll get on this side. And we have over 300 watching.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for watching, everybody.
And Pete McDevitt says, thank you everyone for being here and supporting Donna. If you do, please consider subscribing if you're enjoying the content you like.
Oh, thank you, Pete. And then when I'm done, I'll show you how it kind of makes a diamond pattern. There we go.
Alyssa Neal said, no dough sticking, please.
Yeah.
And Becky and Nola's here.
Oh, hi, Becky. And you can hear it hitting the bottom of the pan,
Yeah.
Nick. So that's how I know it's good to go. Because if you don't, it's going to really stick when you take it out of the pan, and that could be a problem.
What is your favorite princess movie?
Oh, my top two are Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid.
And they said favorite remake.
Ooh, favorite remake. I'm going to go with, well, so far it's Beauty and the Beast, I'm going to have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now if you can see, we have like diamonds shaped. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now I believe we're going to pour the rest of the butter over, but I just want to make sure. Yep,
Never
like
hurts to
that,
double
like
check.
that. Okay. And I think that-
Phantasmic Chronicles. So we were all here because we love Donna, but and the content, but also because she's so supportive of others. So she deserves our support in return.
Oh, thank you so much. And this does say the top layer will lift while you're cutting it, and it sure did, didn't it?
It did.
Okay, so now it says pour the rest of the butter over the baklava evenly and allow it to settle in for about 5 minutes. So that's what we will do.
And speaking of support, and this is 100% optional, but Donna does have a PayPal. It is 100% optional, never required, greatly appreciated, but it's just paypal.me/Donna Jaworski. If you guys like what you're seeing and would like to support, again, it's 100% optional, but yeah.
That's a lot of butter.
Todd B said you can never have enough butter.
That's true. And hopefully this recipe was right, because that looks like a lot of butter to me.
It does.
But we're going to let it seep in for 5 minutes. And while we're doing that, we can maybe take some questions and I can do a little cleanup.
Sure, if you guys have any questions, we're going to let the butter sit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. Tap, bop, or sledgehammer that thumbs up. Absolutely.
That's right.
Disney World Cast says, Donna, how long have you lived in Florida? Are you glad you moved there? I'd love to move to Florida, but my hubby likes it here in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like I said, I grew up in New England, so I do love my 4 seasons, and I do like the cold, which is funny because I ended up in Florida. But I did move here. It was a year ago, last April of 2019. And I have to say, I love it here very much. The heat does get oppressive sometimes and unbearable, but that's when I stay inside and cook in my kitchen and watch streams because it's too hot for me sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I love it here.
Do you cook Polish food?
Polish? Actually, yes, I do, because my husband, who passed away, was 100% Polish. So I make all kinds of things, pierogies, kielbasa, kielbasa with pierogies.
Gene Wood says, watching Tom Does Disney on my TV and Donna on my phone.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Alyssa Neal says, question for Donna. Are you used to your new kitchen yet? What do you like about it so far?
I like the openness of it. I love
There's a
how
lot of
much
space.
Storage I have. The storage for me is a big, big deal. And it makes me very happy to have that. I got all new appliances when I moved in except for the stove. The stove does give me a little bit of an issue, But I'll get a new one eventually.
Yeah, I'll go like back here. So yeah, lots of space. There's Donna's kitchen and the chef inside the kitchen. Michaela said it's a gorgeous kitchen.
Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you.
Gary says, Donna, what is your favorite style of food?
Oh, I like almost anything. I love Asian food. I love Polish food. I just love food. I'm terrible.
Alexis at Universal said, I love the kitchen. You should do a house tour.
Oh, actually, if you go to Sam's channel, she did a full house tour, and it's excellent.
Please tell Donna she has a beautiful house. That's from Disney World
Thank
Castle.
You, very kind of you.
Audrey, welcome. Pete said, gotta run, everyone. I've got some preparation to do for tonight. Please keep sharing.
Don't forget to check out Pete, guys.
Yes, go check out Pete tonight. Please keep sharing out the stream and hit the like button. It lets YouTube know you're enjoying their effort. Thank you so much, Pete. And guys, go check out Pete's stream tonight.
Pete. Yeah, be sure to check him out, guys. He's awesome.
Jill says, what was your very first Disney park experience?
Okay, my very first, I remember it actually really well, which is kind of funny. I was 3 years old. It was 1975. We drove down to Disney from Rhode Island. It was my 2 older brothers, me in the back seat, all 3 of us, which was kind of funny, and my mom and my dad. And I loved Disney from that day on. The first day I got here, I was just so excited. It was so magical for me, so yeah.
Awesome.
Do you remember your first trip, Nikki?
No. I was like 1 year old. I don't remember any of it.
Sam was 2. I took her to Disneyland.
Thank you so much, Gene. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Richard, do you remember your first Disney experience?
Yes, I was 11.
Richie was just a young 11-year-old.
1975.
Oh, the same year I was here when I was 3.
You guys should have met up.
You probably did.
Do you know your first ride?
I think it was Space Mountain.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good
My
one.
first roller coaster I ever rode. Space Mountain.
I remember
Awesome.
that back then, the Snow White ride scared the heck out of me because I was only 3, and the little witch, the evil witch, popped out of her little cupboard. Yeah, and I was like freaking out, but yeah, it was funny. I remember going on the Speedway with my brothers who were 13 and 11 at the time, and I was like, this is so cool. We get to drive and Mom and Dad aren't even around.
Yeah. Mindy Girl says, wouldn't that be funny if they were both there at the same time?
That really would be. I think we used to go the same time I went with my family as an adult, and that was usually October, November. How about you, Richie?
When I went,
Yeah, what month
it was like
or what time of year?
July.
June, July.
I mean,
Extraordinary says, question for Donna. If Disney were to make Donna Jaworski limited edition pin or set of pins, what would it/they look like?
ooh, it would have to incorporate food because I love food. Probably cupcakes or pretzels because those are my favorite Disney snacks, or Dole Whip. And then I would probably have the princesses eating them or baking them.
Ooh.
Yeah, or making them, something like that. I think that would be so much fun.
Our Disney Adventures, welcome.
Hi, ODA. Okay.
You ever made matzo ball soup?
That's one thing I have not made, but I would love to try. Okay, so now this is ready to go in the oven.
Neil says, I remember going to Disney in 1971 when it first opened. We drove from New York and it took forever. I was 11 years old and we stayed the Days Inn.
Oh my goodness, that's really
In the oven it goes.
Yep. And then we'll check it. Now, these have cooled nicely. And I think I'm gonna let them just rest some more.
Yeah.
And then we'll top them with the chocolate. But we can start the Spanakopita.
Yeah, we could start that.
Yeah.
Dad Resort T1 says, are you hungry, Richard?
Yes, I recovered from Kitchen sink.
He recovered and now he wants his other sweets.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna wipe down my board because it got
Richard
a little
took on the
messy.
kitchen sink like a champ, though.
He sure did.
Because Donna didn't feed me all day.
Anne says, if you didn't answer this already, what is your favorite festival food? What is your favorite food at the festival?
My favorite food at the festival. Okay, I have a couple. One would be the Brazilian cheese bread, which I actually made on my last stream. I like it because it's portable. It's actually something you don't have to look for a table to eat it at while you're at Epcot, which can always be, a little bit troublesome finding a spot to eat. My other favorite is the filet mignon from Canada. Yeah, I think those two are also some of the best values at the festival. And also the cake pops, which I think you've tried, Nicholas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jill says, Donna made mincemeat pie.
I made mincemeat pie, but not since the 80s. That
Ooh.
used to be my dad's favorite. He loved mincemeat pie.
Awesome.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our filling. Now the filling for this is like super easy.
This is Spanakopita, right?
This is Spanakopita.
So we are moving on to the next recipe, which is Spanakopita.
I'm gonna put the sugar lid back on.
And regarding the baklava, one of them, which is, I don't know, can't see
You
it.
can show them the rolls again if you want to.
Yeah, one of them is right over there, and one of them is in the oven.
Okay.
Extraordinary. So question, if you could make dinner for any Disney character, who would it be, what would you make, and why? That's a great question.
Oh, I like that. I gotta think for a minute. I would cook for Belle.
Ooh.
I would make a French meat pie and a quiche. And then for dessert, I'd probably make petit fours. And I'd make all of those for her because, well, number one, she's my favorite princess. And I think that those would be things that she would really enjoy eating. And we would have a really good time sharing that kind of a meal, I think.
And then they could all sing, be Donna's guest, put her service to the test.
You're funny, Nikki. All right.
I would, like, and then that would be in the, like in the movie and everything.
So, I don't know if they saw that, but this is frozen chopped spinach. I cooked it in the microwave before we started the stream because I put it in a whole bunch of paper towels to drain the excess liquid because liquid is phyllo dough's worst enemy. So you do not want that in there. So that's 2 10-ounce packages right there.
Michaela says, okay, I'm going to pretend to be Belle now. I'm on my way, Donna.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So now we have 12 ounces of crumbled feta cheese. And you can put as much or as little as you'd like, but I like it cheesy because it gets all melty and gooey, and that's something I like, but you could put less if you want to. It's totally up to you. All right. Then you just use, I use so much of this, so it's granulated garlic. And I buy the biggest thing I can find of it, like at Sam's Club or wherever. And you just do it to taste. I like a lot of garlic, so I'm gonna put a lot of garlic because that's my favorite. And that was probably like, I don't know, a couple of teaspoons.
Disney World Castle says, Nick, what is your channel? And Sam's, I will subscribe.
Yes.
My channel is Magical News Live, one word, if one of the mods would love to post it. Donna's channel is the one you're watching right now.
Yep.
Richard's channel is our John's.
And
Personally, I think one of the best channels out there. And then Samantha Lowe is Sam's channel.
Richard just brings it with the content.
He goes live every day. He posts vlogs, he edits.
Okay, so this is the juice of 1 fresh lemon. That's all that is. That's gonna go in here. And now I'm gonna get a spoon to mix it with. Okay, so look at that. That was easy. And if the chunks are big, like this in the feta, just use your spoon and mush it into crumbled. And see, the more you break up the spinach,
Sure.
see how this cheese is distributed. It doesn't look, the ratio isn't as bad as it looked when you first started.
So I know the baklava was a little, lengthy, but it makes sense because there's so much to do. How long would the Spanakopita? Well, also you know it. So
Yeah, this one I know. I don't have to look at a recipe. I know my ingredients. I know what I need to do. This will knock it out of the park pretty fast.
Yeah.
While that's cooking, this
Yes.
should be ready. And when that's ready to come out, this should be ready to go in.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of did it the way I did. Because I knew, not knowing the baklava recipe, I've made baklava with like I said, with my grandma and my aunt. But having not made it fully on my own ever, I knew it would be a little bit more time consuming. So that's why I wanted to make it first. And go with the easy one last. So, okay, so here's our beautiful mixture. And I'm gonna set it aside so we can start working on the phyllo dough.
Awesome.
Yep, I'm just gonna put it right here. And then, the pan's already here. Perfect. Okay, so now on your bench, or your cutting board, or whatever you wanna call it. Okay, but sometimes they call it a baking bench, but I call it a cutting board. Okay. We're gonna do about 6 layers of phyllo dough for this one. And, okay, layer 1. Now this is how I get health conscious. And we're gonna make some of these, I thought, and you guys let me know if you think it's a good idea, to try making some in the air fryer. I've not done it before, but I'm wondering how they'll come out. So I was gonna make like maybe 6 in there and the rest in the oven. Thumbs up if you think we should try that. If not, I'll just do it all in the oven.
So thumbs up if we should try the air fryer, or thumbs down if just the oven.
Yep. And this is also a little bit more health conscious because there was so much butter in the baklava. And I started doing this when I got married over it'd be 25 years this month. But I've been doing it forever. I just started using butter flavored Pam on the sheets, and it worked just fine. So that's what I'm doing. You spray it liberally.
You're getting a lot of thumbs ups. So a lot of them want you.
Okay, great.
Gene Wood said there was a casino in Atlantic City in New Jersey. They had an ice cream called Break the Bank. 25 scoops of ice cream and all the toppings. All right, so we're gonna book a flight out to Atlantic City. Let's go get that.
Yeah.
I wish like Beaches and Cream did like you finish it, you get it free or something. But I know.
Or a medal or something, or you get to keep the sink or something.
Well, if you get the little one, you get to keep it. But
I
of
know,
course,
the
that
little one is the
that's like a.
little one.
They should make that into like a
big
trophy.
one.
Like could make
That's
that into
what I mean.
it's like a trophy. We could have just thrown it in our bags and walked out with it. Although that would be stealing. We would not do that. If you were a chef at Disney, what would be your signature dish?
Oh, probably my lasagna. I think Richie can attest for that one.
I need to try your lasagna.
Mary Kehoe said she's Mexican and loves to prepare Mexican food. What Mexican food do you like?
Oh, well, I love enchiladas. I make a really mean chicken enchilada. I love quesadillas. I love fajitas. I love all kinds of stuff. I can't even think. Name some Mexican food. Enchiladas.
Am I naming it?
I don't know if empanadas count. I think they're Argentinian. But I love empanadas. They're really good.
Yeah. And UK Disney Keith and Mandy said we are subscribed to you all. You are the Fab Four.
Oh, that's so kind.
Tamales.
Tamales, yeah. I'm not a big fan of like masa flour, which is the corn flour they use in tamales. So tamales aren't my absolute favorite. But
Mike said, "Can I ask, if you want to answer this, can I ask what you do for a living?"
oh, I am actually retired. Before I retired, I was a full-time caregiver for my husband before he passed away, because he was sick for quite a while. And before that, I was a pharmacist.
Todd B says, "I make great tacos."
Ooh, tacos, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Let's do a taco bar or something,
A taco bar. Ooh. Now you're talking.
but no pickles.
Tamales are great, not made with masa.
Ah,
Or Cuban tamales are great. Let me restart. Cuban tamales are the best, not made with masa.
see, the moss is a little bit much for my taste, but you know, that's just me.
JL said, "Donna, do you own an Apple TV?"
I do not.
I do.
Richard does.
You can ask Richard about all your Apple TV related questions. I had an Apple TV when it was like the older, the generation before this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't have like the Siri and the remote. It was the one before.
Okay. This is my 6th layer, so I'm going to spray that. Now, what we're going to do is cut this. I think I'm going to do 5, but we'll see how we do. I'm going to cut it in half. We're cutting it into strips, basically.
What is your favorite go-to sandwich?
My favorite go-to sandwich. Well, let's see. I love a good tuna melt. I also love a good roast beef sandwich or steak and cheese hoagie. Yeah, those are my favorite. I forgot to do roast beef. Sorry, Nicola.
No, don't worry about it.
Girl said you're just incredible.
That's so kind. Thank you.
He's getting in my
Okay.
face, yeah.
So
Do you want to say hi? Okay.
Oh, do we have a question?
A few.
Okay.
I'll go through
Before we
them
have
quickly.
the questions, I'm just going to say what I'm doing next.
Yes.
So the dough doesn't dry out. We're going to put a spoonful of mixture, and you can, guesstimate how much you want to put in there. I like to go like this on it, and I'm going to fold one up. And I'm going to show you how to make the first one, then we can go to the questions, because I'm just going to repeat the process. But then you're going to fold over, and fold over, and fold over, and fold over, and fold, over, and you have a triangle.
Awesome.
And then you put it immediately on your baking sheet, and then spray it again, so it doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
Then we'll just keep doing it till we're finished.
They asked what your favorite Disney hotel is, and I think you answered Wilderness Lodge, right?
I did. That's my top favorite. I also love Bay Lake. Yep.
They said Davey asked what was Donna's first car.
That's funny you asked that. I started working at a donut shop when I was 14, and I saved up my first $1,200, which seems like every single penny I owned. For 2 years, it took me to save that. And I got a Dodge Aries, which was horrible, from my cousin. And it died on me in the middle of a snowstorm.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had to, there was no, there were no cell phones or anything back then. So I had to walk home in the snowstorm. For about like 3 miles. It was pretty bad.
Jeffrey Pop says, "Donna, I was also a pharmacist. Now I'm a teacher, but I love that job. My parents were both pharmacists too, and we had a family pharmacy."
That is so awesome. It's funny because I actually started as a pharmacy technician back when I was like 17. I moved from the donut shop right over to pharmacy, which was fun. But yeah. I love working in pharmacy. It's very rewarding.
Mary Kehoe said, "Donna, enchiladas are my specialty, and the filling is made with potatoes, onions, beef, and cheese."
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
My goodness, Disney Grammy says, "My goodness, you make it look so easy, but it's not easy for me."
Aww. It's many years of practice, I guess, for me. I've been cooking since I was a little kid. And I grew up, at my Grandma's knee, you know, trying to help her. And
Michaela says, my sister's a pharmacy tech. She loves it.
yeah, pharmacy tech is so awesome. Like I said, I started there, and then my husband worked at Nova Southeastern University as a professor, and so I got to go to school there for free, which was very nice.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. So I took almost all my classes there, and I wanted to become a Pharm D, which is a doctor of pharmacy, but I fell short on my credits, and we moved to Alaska.
And as Richard said, you have 375 people watching.
Oh my goodness! Well, thank you so much, everybody. I hope I'm not boring all of you.
How many layers was the dough?
6. Yep, I used
6 layers.
Yep. Okay, this is acting up. Okay, got a couple of layers that are. And see, like if the layers tear like that, I just combine it to make one, even though it's like 1.5 now, just so it sticks together. And like I said, don't be afraid of it.
It doesn't bite. Mike says you look too young to be retired.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. I
78.
just turned 48.
Jill says, could you use wonton wraps?
I would say you could, but you won't get the same texture because they're a little bit chewier to the tooth than the Phyllo. Phyllo's much lighter and not as dense as a wonton wrapper, but
Sure.
certainly you could try.
Do you not have to egg wash the Spanakopita, Donna?
No, I just use the butter spray. That's it.
Elena
It's
says,
easier for me.
not boring at all. It's great hanging out with all of you.
Oh, thank you.
The Lynn Project says, Donna, have you ever made triopitas the same as Spanakopita but a bunch of cheese?
Ooh, all the cheese. Yes, those are so delicious.
Also, thanks for the blue wrench.
Of course. And we are actually, we need to talk about our collab on hummingbird cake. We're going to make
Ooh.
Chef Art's hummingbird cake together, Lynn and
Ooh.
I. Yeah, and I don't know how we're going to work it out, but we've got to discuss all that. Because I think that would be a delicious and fun collaboration.
It certainly would be.
Have you had Chef Art Smith's hummingbird cake?
A few years ago. I remember it being good, but a few years ago.
I think it's Richard's favorite.
Fun. Avery coming in with another fun fact. The official name of Greece is the Hellenic Republic.
That is true. Yep. He knows everything.
I love hearing the backstory of Donna, Casey Bryant said.
Aw. That's so kind. I'm trying to make these even, but they don't all come out the
Sure.
same size. And that's fine, especially with Spanakopita. Like with baking, you need it a little bit more exact because baking is more of a science. Whereas cooking, you can kind of budget a little bit and make it, tweak it a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little bit more forgiving. I like a lot of filling, by the way, so.
Fun fact, continuously inhabited for over 7,000 years, Athens is one of the oldest cities in Europe. Yep, 7,000.
Whoa. That's pretty old. That's older than Richard.
That's older than Richard. And for those joining as well, this is a family-friendly chat, so we invite people of all ages, kids, adults, to watch.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know it's hard sometimes, but watch our language. And be kind.
Yes.
Those are my rules.
Be kind and watch your language. Only good language.
Because we are happy and nice people here.
Well, some of us.
That Figment, he gets us in trouble.
He does.
Okay, so this didn't cut all the way through.
Mindy Girl says tell her to spray those.
What?
Tell her to spray those.
Yep, I'm gonna. I just was, it was taking time. So I was like, but see, look, it's already shredding. Okay. I was gonna do a Rowan spray, but you're right. I'm supposed to go every time. Okay. Good, we're good.
Brandy's in here. Brandy.
Brandy! Hi, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Thank you for coming in.
And as Tina McNeil said, we are a family-friendly channel. Just a reminder, please keep our streams clean and kind. If you see anything that is not stream appropriate, please tell a mod. Thank you. Good to see you, Brandy.
Yes, and guys, be sure to check out Brandy's new boutique. She has some really nice clothes in there.
Yeah.
See, got a triangle.
A triangle.
You can show them the progress we're making, Nick.
Yeah. So is your plan to fill up the whole pan?
I'm gonna go till I run out of either phyllo dough or filling.
Oh.
That's usually what I do.
You have a lot of filling left, it looks like.
Yeah.
My guess
I'm
is...
about halfway done.
Hmm. Jill says you need a cooking video with Brandy.
That would be so much fun.
Casey Bryant says, Donna is a patient baker and cooker. I use screaming hot pans and prayer when I cook.
That's funny.
Brandy says, your kitchen is beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that.
Latoya Davis says, my daughter can do anything. Not all heroes wear capes for their patience.
Oh, thank you, Shatoya. You're so kind. I love all of you. You're so nice.
Well, she has a cape in the front. She has an apron.
I
So,
could turn the apron around and make it a cape.
you could. Some heroes wear capes in the front. Special.
Is there a story behind the triangle shape?
Okay, so here's the deal. This is the way I was taught to make them. And I actually self-taught myself this one.
Ah.
So, yeah. So I've always just done it this way. I know I found out at Greek restaurants and stuff, they serve it this way. But you can also, if you don't feel like doing all this work and you don't mind putting it in a pan like we did for the baklava, you can do that. You can do 10 layers of dough on the bottom, the spinach filling in the middle, 10 more layers of phyllo on the top, spray it with the butter spray, or you can use butter and put it in the oven, but you'll have to bake it for an hour.
The Do Philly crew is here.
Hi, the DePhilly crew. Is that Ron, Meredith, or both?
It's like they should have like a checklist. Everybody should have a checklist. It's like, who from your channel is here?
I know, is
like
it
Brandy? Is it
I know
Brandy?
it's Brandy if there's
like
Moses.
check Brandy, check Dave, or check both.
I'm really surprised the gloves are working with the phyllo dough.
Yeah. Anne says it's easier to eat as a triangle.
Yeah, and that's why I made them that way, because when I make it in a big pan, it's usually for like, that's dinner, or it's, it's a side dish or something like that. These are perfect for appetizers, and I actually started making them for like football games and football season.
Sure.
Yeah.
$392 watching, almost to
Oh,
400.
wow. Thank you so much, everybody. Boy, it's thundering out, guys.
Yeah. Jeffrey Pop said, does Sam also like to cook?
Okay, so Sam actually attended the Job Corps program where she specialized in culinary arts, but I don't think she has the passion that I do. She does enjoy helping me sometimes in the kitchen, but I don't think she shares the joy as much as I do. More of a chore for her, I think.
Richie, do you like to cook?
I do.
Ooh.
He makes the best popcorn ever.
We need a popcorn stream.
We do. He makes, I don't know what he does. It's better than any popcorn, even better than Disney popcorn.
Richie, what else do you cook, Richie?
I used to cook all the time when I was married. Since then, I haven't done much cooking.
You got to get back in
You
the
make
game.
good eggs.
Ooh, eggs with Richie.
And
It's Meredith.
He told me, oh, hi, Meredith. He told me he makes good salsa, which he's yet to make for me. But you know what I should make for them sometime? Richie, is the bruschetta.
Yes, it's Meredith. I already read that one. Have you ever made macaroon cookies, Donna?
Oh, yes. Yes, I love macaroni cookies.
Todd B says, what is Arjan's popcorn recipe? Can you share any insight?
It's so simple.
Richie, give us a popcorn demonstration. Well, you don't have to make it, but tell us about the popcorn. Brian says, where can a guy buy an American flag cutting board like that?
I got it on QVC.
Are you making it or are you just showing it?
Just showing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they don't make them.
That's
In this popcorn popper.
the popcorn
But you
popper.
have to use that brand of popcorn.
Yes.
You have to use Orville Redenbacher popcorn
And oil.
and oil.
And then use real butter poured on top.
And a lot, not just a little bit.
That's Richard's popcorn. I've tried it. He makes a mean popcorn
And popcorn salt.
Oh yeah, popcorn sauce.
and popcorn salt. I was wondering if that was regular salt or not. Yeah, Richard makes a mean
It
popcorn.
really does.
Popcorn making with Arjan's. This needs to be a regular vlog series, Marco says.
I agree, Mark.
White popcorn is so much better than yellow.
Yep, agreed.
I feel like yellow makes it look better, but it's not actually better.
We've tried both, and because, when everything was, got changed and things were harder to find, we couldn't find that popcorn anywhere. So we went with Pop Secret.
Yeah.
It did not go so well. Not as many kernels popped, and it just tasted not the same.
Disney World Freak says extra butter at Arjan's.
Yes.
Oh yeah, always extra butter.
Alyssa Neal says, does Richie use the barbecue? Do you barbecue,
We
Richie?
don't have a barbecue.
If you had one, do you barbecue?
I used to.
Ah.
I think I've spoiled you.
1 week should be cooking with Donna, 1 week should be cooking with Richard.
I know. I want to get one of those new, I don't know if anyone's seen those new Blackstone griddles. That's also an air fryer for outside. Oh my gosh, that thing does everything. I want one so bad.
Yeah, watch the Wall Twins. They show you how to use it.
Yes, go check out the
Yes.
Walt Twins.
They're awesome.
Nothing beats movie theater popcorn.
Oh, Richie's is better.
It's actually, it's if not movie theater popcorn, it's better, Richard's. I will attest to that. He makes a mean popcorn. Where do I find the recipes? So the recipes for everything Donna is making today are in the description of this video. So, yeah. All the recipes are in the description. The Spanakopita is a really long typed out recipe. The chocolate baklava link, which Great Marker just posted in the chat, is just a link. And then the regular baklava recipe
Thank you, Mark.
is in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason it's typed out is because it's my actual own recipe.
Stuart McKenna said this is better than Food Network.
Aw, thanks, Stuart.
Maybe
You're so
maybe
kind.
Food Network or Chopped or something like that actually call you.
They should.
Russ says, Stapleton, welcome Russ, says, how can I hire Donna as my personal chef?
Just call and ask.
Come over for dinner.
Yeah?
I feel like we're getting towards the end of the dough. How many do we have left? Oh, we have a
I think
few.
I have another box. I think I have another
Oh.
sleeve, another sleeve.
Brandy says, be back in a bit.
Hey,
Awesome.
Brandy. Say hi to G and Dawson for me.
Yes, if you guys have not already hit that thumbs up button, it lets Donna that you're enjoying what you see and that you'll come check out some more. And if you missed the stream from last week, Donna, or let me rephrase that. I think last time, I don't remember the date. It's on the top of my head. Donna, what did we make last time?
Last time we made tonga toast and from the Polynesian, and we made Brazilian cheese bread from the Brazil booth at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, which you can actually get there right now.
I need to try theirs still and compare it.
It was last week. It's a straight 1 week ago.
Ah.
It was more than a week ago because it was on a Thursday because I filled in for Corey.
Wow, cooking with Donna and Arjans. Can this stream get any better?
That's funny.
Donna, do you have at-home versions of gyros and...
Gyros?
Yes, that. And I'm probably going to pronounce this so wrong, but Saganuki cheese. Did I pronounce that right?
Saganaki?
Okay, yeah, it's that thing.
I do not, but I bet I could figure them out because I love those foods very
It was
much.
on 7/30, so July 30th. Just sub to Donna, Savages 48
Oh,
says.
thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Donna, you are live once a week. So Donna is every other Sunday.
Yes, it turned out this was a little bit sooner because we ended up going on Sunday instead of Thursday because I would never go up against my friends' streams if I can help it at all.
Nick, what days are you on? And Sam and Arjans. Well, I'll start. I am live. I don't have a set schedule. Usually what I tell people when they ask about my schedule is it's just like it gets up. So the streams get uploaded the day before. So just check out my channel
But
page.
does it depend too on what park passes?
It
are
also
available?
depends on what park reservations I have. Like the next stream, I know when it's gonna be. I have the reservation for it. I haven't announced it yet. So yeah. So basically, I go live randomly, usually every week.
Sometimes during the week.
Usually during the week, sometimes the weekend. I don't have a
But
set schedule.
During the 7-day period, not like
Exactly. Yeah. Richard, when do you go live or upload videos?
I did my one and that's it.
Richard did
When Pete comes, you said you're doing it again.
Yeah, I'll do one with Pete.
So Richard said when Pete McDevitt comes in just a little bit, he will stream. But Richard is a supporter more than a streamer. And then Sam is not there. But Sam, I thought she was there. Maybe we'll ask Sam when she comes because she probably has a better idea of her schedule than me. Janie B says, Donna, did you cook for Steve at Steve's World when he was there visiting?
I actually did not have a chance to cook for Steve. We actually got pizza and he took me out for a lovely dinner for my birthday. But yeah, I hope to cook for Steve really soon. Hopefully he comes back soon.
The great Marco said, rewatch at Arjan's one and only live stream at that link.
At that link.
Fantastic.
Yes, it was we had the dining package.
That was so much fun.
Lynn Project says, Donna, is that a purple Starbucks drink I see back there?
Oh no, it's actually, that's a Java soft to keep it from like the condensation, but it's actually green tea.
Here you go. It's tea.
It's green iced tea.
Sam, they had a question about your channel.
Your streaming schedule.
Like your schedule and what you do. If you want
Put
to...
it in there. I go live randomly.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Sam.
You rock, Sam.
Whenever the mood hits
Hit that.
But here's like a, I guess, over-the-shoulder look, like a bird's eye view. Actually,
Figment view. It's a figment view.
We should have like a...
It's figment
Like,
cam.
we should have a tripod set up, and then I could just, like, switch cameras, and we could
We
just...
should do that next
I
time.
have no clue if they can see. I think they can see. Or, like, a step stool, and I could just, like, step up here.
I
And,
have a step stool.
Here you go, Nick.
that's actually, like, a fun view. It's, like, over the shoulder. I probably should have thought about that a little while ago.
I had thought about it, but I forgot to tell you. Because I wasn't sure how to implement it.
Next time, I think I'm going to get a step stool and put it here.
Okay.
Because that way I can also read the chat. Sam says I also go live on my Instagram.
Yes, she does.
A figment view. Yes, a figment view. Can we just eat the mixture by itself?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll get on this side and show a side view.
Oops.
Yes, and it's best to have everyone's notifications turned on
Yeah.
and ring the notification bell. Because when someone might go live unexpectedly or you didn't see it posted, it's good to have their notification. Anne says, can you say again on how you prepared the spinach?
Okay, so it was really simple. Two 10-ounce boxes of frozen chopped spinach. I microwave them for about, it depends on your microwave, between 8 and 10 minutes with like 2 tablespoons of water in the bottom. Then I drained it really well, squeezing it in paper towels to get all the extra moisture out. I combined that with 12 ounces of crumbled feta cheese, the juice of 1 fresh lemon, and garlic, granulated garlic, or you can use garlic powder to taste. Yep.
Heather says, oh my gosh, how lucky she has a videographer. I wish I had that.
I know. I'm so lucky.
Avery with another fun fact. Greece has about 9,000 miles of coastline.
Wow.
Do you guys say ahead of time what Donna will be making? Next time you might follow along. Do you know what you're making next time? I don't know if you want to say it. If you know.
Well, we were debating. Maybe they can help me decide.
Yeah, maybe.
There was a chocolate cake recipe from the Grand Californian in Disneyland that looked really good that I wanted to try to make for you guys. Or we could make cookies. I'm going to send some cookies to a special friend of mine. And I would be making like 3, maybe 4, depending on the time, kinds of cookies for them. So you let me know what you want me to do.
So in the chat, tell us cake or cookies for next time. Cake or cookies? Cake or cookies? Myers and the Mouse is here.
Hi, Myers and the Mouse. Is it Kelly, Ivone, or both?
Again, we need that checklist. Kelly.
I just get right to
Ivone.
it. Kelly, Ivone, or
Both. Question for Donna. Why don't you have a booth at Epcot's World Showcase? It's time Disney got smart and hired Chef Donna.
Well, thank you.
Cookies. Marco, can we have a poll if Marco's here? Because I think
that would be great.
that's the right way to measure this. How about a cookie cake? Ooh. Marco, I think we need a poll. Okay, Marco, because Marco's awesome with the poll. So great, Marco. And Marco, please keep posting that so people see it. Please go to that website, polltab.com/KW0YJ. And yeah. But vote on which one you want us to make. Marco just put a poll up. So that's the way we can measure it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Mark rocks.
How about whoopie pies? Ooh, whoopie pies. We used to in New Jersey because, can the camera go back down to her hands? Yes. I'm gonna have to prepare that better next time. But yeah, we can do that. I can kind of. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
And we're only gonna have enough for another.
He didn't put a both option. Donna, would you make both?
I would, if you guys would stick around with me, for sure.
Yes, it's a safe link. That's not, like a bad link or
yeah.
anything.
No.
I've used that link. It's a safe link.
We're gonna give these a quick strain. And then we're gonna check the baklava.
So go to, the baklava. Ooh. It smells
It's
good.
gonna need about 5
Yeah.
minutes or so. I put it on the least time But it's okay because I got more spanakopita to make.
And these ones look like they look good. They smell good
Yep.
too.
And after we get the spanakopita made, if these, the baklava in the oven is not done, we'll put the chocolate on those.
Brian, Disney fan, says, ask Donna
Yeah.
who she likes to see stream besides Corey and Resort TV 1.
Oh, there's so many. If you go to my featured channels list, there's a whole bunch of people on there. There's, it's Joey's World. Well, he doesn't stream, but he does vlogs. They may go live sometimes. I haven't seen them do that recently. But Mouse Talk, of course, Nick, Magical News Live.
That was the right answer.
Yes, of course.
I was hoping that name would go in there.
Of course. Carlos goes live. Buy a Pre Project. I love them. Magical Meg. Steve's World. Brandon and Dave. Zippity Doodad. The Chef Family. There's a lot of good ones.
Myers.
Yeah, Myers and the Mouse.
Sam.
Sam, of course.
Richard.
Yeah, see, I was going through my Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was doing that in my head.
Gene Wood says, Donna, do you like Tim Tracker?
I actually have not ever watched Tim Tracker, to be honest with you. So I can't honestly answer that because I've never watched him.
If we really wanted to, I could have multiple camera angles and everything. That would just take a lot of time to set up. But we could technically make that work.
We can work on that for the future, maybe.
Should I do that enough to do that?
Yeah, it would be like we'd have to have like a tripod back there, the phone here, like it would be a whole big setup.
So if you don't pay him enough to do it on the camera.
Oh, okay.
We should just set one on your shoulder, facing down and like
Get a
looking.
GoPro.
Yeah.
You put a camera in his figment's mouth.
Yeah, there you go. Like a spy camera. We could technically do multiple camera angles. We'd have to work on that though. Wendy Watts says, do you watch Prince Charming Dev?
I do watch them. It's a little bit more sporadic because he used to go live like once a week, and now his schedule's a little bit more abbreviated, but I try to catch him whenever I can.
Ask Chef Donna to make Richard pronounce those for me. I'm going to get those so wrong. The hello there's comment. Well, hello there.
Hello there. Let's do it again.
I don't know how to say that either.
I think I'm going to go for it. Sagank.
Saganyaki.
Okay, that. And what, Richard, take a guess. I can't scroll back on here.
Tzatziki.
Oh, tzatziki?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Oh, tzatziki. I should make tzatziki for you guys.
How about fresh bake from LA?
I've not heard of that. I don't watch many West Coasters because I'm in bed usually by 9 or 10.
I've heard of Fresh Bake. I know they have a big following. I've heard of them. Current results: 58.8% say cookies, 41.2% say cake.
Okay.
Guess you should do both.
Donnie, you might have to do both.
Oh, wow. Would
If
they
you-
stick around because, that could
Would
be-
you guys stick around if Donna did both, or would you only have time for one? Of course, they're gonna say they'll stick around.
Yeah, but will they really?
Will you guys really stick around if she did both? What about a cookie cake? Okay, a lot of them are saying both. Oh, she won't do that tonight, I don't think, right? You're not doing that.
Oh, no, I could never get it all done. I don't have the ingredients.
Yeah, it would be the next stream.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all saying they would stick around.
Okay.
Both it is. If you're good with that, Donna.
It's good, but mind you, I'll be making 3 different kinds of cookies, so you might be here a while.
Yeah, by the way, it is 3 kinds of cookies and 1 kind of cake, so it'd
Yeah.
be a while. I
I
should get a little chair to roll around on so I can
While the cake
sit.
is cooling, we can make cookies.
Yeah, we could, yeah.
Now see how this worked out? Look, the tray's almost full. The filling's almost done. See how that worked?
Yes. Candy Mom said, can I cook?
You can eat.
Yes, I can. Depends on what it, like basic stuff. I can't like, you know, cook like, you know, I can't, you know, like I could never make this. I would mess it up and probably burn the house down. But I've made pizza. I had a culinary arts class about, I think, 2 years ago. I made pizza and what else? Creme brulee.
Ooh, I love
and crepes. What else did we make? We made an icebox cake.
Oh, I love icebox cakes. Those are so good, and they're so easy.
Nick, do you always live in Florida? Well, now I always live here. I've lived in Florida for a little bit over a year. And I lived in New Jersey for 15 years before coming down here. I could watch Donna cook all day. Well, the question is, can you do it all day?
I can cook forever. I'm so used to it.
So this is what's going to happen. The next stream, we're going to start at 2 a.m., bright and early, and she's going to go, it's going to be a 24-hour marathon. She's going to go until the next morning at 2 a.m. I could see you out here in your pajamas cooking.
No, stop. Okay.
Donna should teach you things to cook.
Okay.
We should do it. I have an idea for a future stream
You do?
where, like, we make one thing, and then you do a part of it, I do a part of it, Richard does a part of it, Sam, like, we each, like, take parts in one big thing. Yeah.
That'd be fun. Okay.
What part of New Jersey? I don't get too close with that, you know, for privacy reasons, but northern New Jersey. Upper northern.
Okay, Nick, we're going in.
We're going in. All right, everybody.
This is beautiful.
Cover your heads. We're going into the oven.
It's
Oh.
hot in here.
Yeah, it's hot. The phone would probably overheat, but take a look at that coming out of the oven. It looks good. Smell-o-vision would probably cost a lot. That's probably a big cost that I don't know if I have the money for that, but
Now, I've got to get more butter spray.
so this is the regular one. This is the chocolate one. Which one do you think you're gonna like better?
No, I think I'm gonna like maybe the chocolate, just
I
because it
think I
has
might-
another dimension of flavor.
So what's the main difference between them?
Well, these are rolled. The others are layered.
Well, I mean like the filling. Like what's the difference?
Chocolate.
So chocolate. Are
That's
there
it.
any nuts in here?
There was no cinnamon in the middle of that one.
Okay. There's no nuts in this one.
This one is nuts, sugar, and chocolate.
And that one has
Nuts and sugar.
Okay. Oh, so just chocolate is the difference. And cinnamon. Oh, okay.
Yep. So
Candy Mom says, Donna, do you need my address to mail me some?
Yes.
And they are some going in the air fryer.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Whoever reminded me. Thank
That
you.
was Richard. Did you see who said that? I'll get it.
Whoever did, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna
Who
do
said
this.
are some going in the air fryer? Someone said that. I didn't get to catch the name before it
We're
scrolled
gonna
up.
put them on air crisp, and we'll bake them for about.
Rose W.
Rose W reminded
We'll
you.
do it 7 minutes and see how that goes. I'll
Huh?
put the.
Storm.
Is it like getting dark because the sun's going
It's
down, or
like
is it
black
storming?
out.
Yeah.
It's only 6:30.
I was gonna say. I looked outside. I was like, wow, it's dark. Rose W reminded you.
Okay. Thank you, Rose. We'll do half a dozen. That sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So these are gonna go in
Yeah, it's just like getting stormy.
for about, I don't know, like 20 minutes.
Thank you, Rose. So 10 minutes,
20.
20 minutes, and then these are in the air. Air fryer is preheating, and those ones are gonna go in the air fryer.
So now I'm gonna move. No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna get the chocolate and melt it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's melt some chocolate.
So everything in this bowl should be good. Alright, I'm gonna put my garlic away, and I'm gonna melt this chocolate. These are just about a half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm gonna melt them in the microwave.
Great Marker said hashtag chocolate.
That's right.
In
I
they
do
go.
it for 30-second increments, just so we don't burn the chocolate, because you don't want it to burn.
They can see my reflection.
Alright, so now this is out of the remove from the oven, and pour the orange blossom over the baklava. Okay, so now we gotta pour the syrup over it.
Ooh, almost.
Okay,
Yeah, there we
ready?
go. Yep. And what kind of a syrup is this again?
Okay, so this is just sugar, water, lemon juice, and that orange blossom water.
Oh.
But we want to do it evenly, so make sure you don't just all pour it in, you know, just all in one corner.
Great Marker said reflections of Nick.
Ah,
I was showing the
that's
microwave
awesome.
and it caught me. Well, thank you so much, Disney World Castle. You're too kind.
Okay, let's see how this is doing.
Oh, I can smell it. It smells like
Smells good.
orange.
So now this needs to sit. So let that sit.
And how's the chocolate?
They didn't do anything.
Yeah,
So
I would put it in for a little.
I'll do a minute. And see
Yeah.
if that's all right. And I'll do just a little bit of
How many Spanakopita did the recipe make?
Oh, well, there's 6 there that we're going to air fry. And then I think, I would say about like 3 dozen maybe.
3 dozen. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
Like you could make that for like a party or something.
Yeah, oh yeah. And like I said, I made it for football season originally. So it was made for a group.
Carlos said, my diabetes just climbed 100 points watching that.
Oh, no, that's bad.
That's bad. But he said, well worth it. Candy Mom said, Carlos, I just gained 5 pounds.
Oh no.
We're getting it good. Kitchen sinks and baklava, and we're getting it good.
Oh my goodness.
If there are any left, how would you store them?
Oh, okay, yeah, I was going to tell you guys that, but I can tell you while we're waiting for everything. So, what you're supposed to do, and I don't know if I have any, but you're supposed to put the little diamonds of baklava after you cut them. You can either store it in the pan, which is what I'm going to do, because I don't think I have the little muffin papers, or you can put them in the little muffin papers individually and put them in an airtight, like, storage container. And those keep up to 2 weeks, and you can keep them in your fridge. They also freeze very well. So yeah,
I think the chocolate chips are done. Maybe, possibly.
I'm gonna stir them because I can see that I feel they're kind of hot. So I'll get a little thing to stir them. There we go. Any more.
Yeah.
But see, it's starting to melt. See, guys?
It is starting to melt. Yeah, maybe like 30 more seconds would do the trick.
That should do it. We just want it so that it's a little bit loose so we can just drizzle.
And you just hit 300 likes.
Oh my goodness, thank you everybody.
And you have 389 watching.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so nice. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm just cooking. You guys
Just
are so
cooking.
kind. Thank you for coming to my kitchen. Oh, it's time to add the food.
Time to add food.
Ooh, okay. Alright. So I'm just gonna pop them in. And I did wash my hands. They were in the gloves.
Is that a spurtle you have there?
It is a spurtle. I love my spurtles. They rhyme with myrtle.
Myrtle
And
has
turtle.
a spurtle. A turtle named Myrtle had a spurtle.
And so there, you can show them that. I'm gonna close the lid because we added our food.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna wash my hands real fast and then we'll stir the chocolate.
Carlos said, love that ninja.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And it goes so great with my Instapot.
And he said, melted chocolate chips, that's another 50 points.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That did it? Yeah, just a few tries and I think, yeah, I can already, yep,
Look at that.
that melted.
And now, this is the fun part.
Ooh, it looks good.
I'm gonna go, I don't wanna, too much.
Just the right amount.
Yeah.
Ask Donna to make some Rocky Point clam cakes and chowder, Corner Sports
I have the
says.
stuff to make that. I could definitely make that. I think maybe a spoon would look better. I'm gonna get a spoon.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do this for 15 more seconds. I don't know.
think it's good as long as you get like some other utensil. Yeah, the spoon should, I think, do it.
There we go. Well,
Marco says he spies a crazy banana.
There's a banana.
I'm thinking it needs a little bit more. Let's do it
Crazy
for about
banana.
like 15 seconds.
Let's, yeah, 15 should be good.
Just a little.
Can we request Monte Cristo?
Sure you can.
So this banana is dedicated. Whose banana is this?
That's Richie's.
Richie's Crazy Banana.
It's a banana.
Tell Marco we were in that store yesterday.
We were,
didn't have
yeah,
them.
they did not have crazy bananas yesterday.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, see, yeah, look, see? That's what we want.
Hmm.
So we can go. She don't want too much chocolate. 'Cause
No.
we've got all the. That was a little bit much chocolate. That's okay.
And you can never have too much chocolate.
Yeah. And just kind of drizzle. And now again, the recipe did not say to do this. I kind of thought it looked kind of pretty. We get that. A little bit. And just kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And just make it look pretty. Except for that little waffle.
Alyssa Neal said, Nick, there's nothing better than cooking it with Donna while packing. Yes, that's a great way to cook. Cook while, watch while, pack while Donna's cooking. There you go. I had to think of the words for a second. Extra chocolate. You can never have too much chocolate.
Go ahead, have a spoon.
Richie, take on the chocolate.
Okay. We're gonna have
Ooh,
our
the plates are
first-
coming out. We mean business now. Trick for the drizzle, Ziploc bag with the corner cut off.
Oh,
That's,
I should have done that.
next time.
Yep.
Yeah, that totally would have. You know when the fancy plates come out that you mean business.
That's right. Oops, I'm making a mess.
So do they both have walnuts, I think you said?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yep, they both have walnuts. R. John's is so helpful with not wasting the chocolate. Was that good, Richie?
Tastes like chocolate.
Tastes like chocolate.
Can't go wrong with that. Want to lick the spoon, Nikki?
Over there? Sure, why not? You can never. They're gonna watch you watch.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Watch you.
I
Ooh,
always clean as
I got it on my hands. I'm already making a mess.
Don't believe her. She makes me do the dishes.
Ah. Mmm. That's good. Rose said, take a pic.
Oh, I'm going to. Thank you.
It'll be on Instagram.
Yes. I'm not gonna have too much of that chocolate because I won't have room for anything else. Oh my gosh, how I reach in the screen and grab one of those. Yes.
Okay, like I said, it gets so funny if you don't keep it, yeah, back in the freezer. Oh, and that's a good tip too. If you don't use all of your phyllo dough, you can put it back in the freezer.
Yeah.
I had a sleeve that was unopened. If you have like half a sleeve or something like that, wrap it in plastic wrap or put it in like a zipper lock bag, and you can just put it back in the freezer.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna get rid of this cutting board because it's messy. So let's see. What should we do?
And there are 19 seconds and counting on the air fryer.
Oh, only 15.
Now 15.
Okay.
It's the final countdown.
I always like to clean as I go. That's one of my tips. Because then when you're finished and you don't want to do this, you're
Yeah.
all cleaned up and you don't have that much work to do. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor and not have to worry about cleaning up.
Gene Woods loves all the Disney magnets on your refrigerator.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's check these and see how they They're beautiful. Okay, we're gonna put a couple of those on here, and then we'll put a couple of the baked ones.
Yeah. And this is the air fried, and then the oven has 8 minutes left.
Yep. So the air fryer was definitely faster.
Yeah. They seem like they all have a crunch to them.
They do. They came out really nicely. And look, that's without butter, guys. That's using that butter spray.
Awesome.
And then we can put the other baklava and then the other spanakopita.
Yeah.
And I'll, yeah, be great.
They said looks great. How do you reheat the spanakopita?
I would do it in the air fryer because if you do it in the microwave, it's gonna come out soggy.
So what if theoretically they did not have an air fryer?
Use the oven or a toaster oven, anything that will keep it crisp.
Yeah. Not a microwave, but anything else for the most part.
Anything but a microwave would be fine. Campfire, no, just kidding.
Campfire. Janie B says, I need a Moza. Or, not a Moza, that's my stabilizer. I was looking at the charging. I need a air fryer. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's really a great invention.
Really good for heating up pizza.
Yeah. Candy Mom says, help, I just bit the foam. Why didn't it taste right? Probably would have tasted like wires and stuff.
So yeah, look at this. They're just so beautiful.
Yeah. Gene Wood said, can you send me a box of them?
You got it. There you go.
Awesome.
So I would say air fryer technique was a success, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it seems to work pretty good.
I mean, we'll taste them and see if there's a big difference. There wasn't so much last time when we air fried the, what did we air fry, the Brazilian cheese spread? Or no, the egg rolls.
Do I prefer physical media or digital media?
Well, like, would you rather, like, read a magazine and hold it, or?
I would prefer digital. Depends, but overall digital.
I like digital because I can take a whole library with me and I don't have to actually carry all the books.
Did Arjan say for heating pizza?
Yes, he sure did.
Leftover pizza. Really.
Leftover pizza.
It makes it taste even better than when we got it.
Yeah. Awesome. Are you impressed? This is your first time solo baklava, right?
Yeah, I've never made baklava.
It
on
looks
my own.
really good.
Yeah, and I've never made chocolate baklava. That's a first.
And that looks good too. It all looks good.
Yep, and this is where I get my cooking from. This is my aunt. She made a cookbook just for us in the family. And it has all of our family recipes in the book.
Do you guys see the resemblance between them? They are family.
But yeah, she has a baklava recipe in here, but she used the rose water and I wanted to use the orange water, so that's why.
And Donna has some of her own cookbooks. They're gonna go on Amazon really soon. So can you tell us about your cooking, your cookbooks?
Sure. Well, I lived in Alaska for 9 years, and you know there wasn't very much to do. It was before social media and all that got big. So I did a lot of desktop publishing and I entered it into the state fair, and all of these books won awards. The Christmas ones won grand champions, but they all won blue ribbons, all of them.
So tell us about
I was a big General Hospital fan. That's a soap opera, if anyone doesn't know that. And there, it says Journey Through Port Charles. That's the city, the fictitious city where it takes place. And I had this idea. I said, well, why don't I marry my two loves at the time? Because I couldn't go to Disney. So I watched a lot of TV in Alaska.
Sure.
So I watched General Hospital. And I said, well, I'll take the characters from General Hospital and make recipes themed to them.
That's awesome.
And that's what I did. And then I actually sent it to one of my friends who was an actor on the show at the time. And she loved it so much, she had me make copies for a bunch of the other actors on the show. And then two of them liked the idea so much, they actually made a physical General Hospital cookbook based on what I had done.
That's awesome.
So it was really kind of a cool thing. But like, see, there's like orange soda chicken. And then Sonny Corinthos is made for the mob spaghetti and meatballs. Just kind of tongue-in-cheek things. But yeah, Jax's Charming honey baked chicken.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put the characters and then yeah. And then this is North Pole was where that was the town I lived in Alaska for 6 years. And this was a North Pole Girls Christmas celebration book.
A fun book filled with recipes, activities, songs, and memories to make your Christmas extra special.
And that's version 2. This is version 1. This was the OG. And then I tweaked and added more recipes. But yeah, I've got crafts in here. Like here's the breakfast, brunch, appetizers, and beverages section. We've got all kinds of, you know, punches and wassail and crab imperial and soups, a whole soup section. St. Lucia's saffron bread, panettone, Swedish limpe bread, cinnamon rolls, all kinds of stuff. Vegetables. And then in the back, see, I had all the lyrics. And you saw the video.
Yes.
I have an old home video from like 1991 or 2. It had to be 1992 and 93 because Sam was in it and she was a baby. And it was my family at Christmas time. And we had these lyric books that I had made for everyone. And I took it into this book that I had entered into the Fair for Desktop Publishing. And I did all my favorite Christmas carols. Put them in alphabetical order, and so yeah, we can have a Christmas sing-along one day.
Yes.
There's also crafts in here for kids to make.
Really
and
cool.
All kinds of stuff. It's just really...
Everyone's saying that's amazing in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, and then my last one, this was just an Alaska Girls Down Home Cooking. And it's just my favorite recipes that I used to make and still make. There's my breakfast casserole that I really love. French onion soup. All kinds of stuff.
Awesome.
Yep, candy sweet potatoes, butternut squash casserole. And again, it was sectioned into different, you know, Indian butter chicken, which I really love. You can get that at Sanaa.
Yeah. So do you guys think Donna should put this on Amazon? Lynn says she wants the series. Like it could be like a pack of all of them, or you could get them individual.
Or just make them into digital.
Or you could put them digital. Yeah, you could put them digital.
I think I still have the DVD, the CD-ROM.
Rose says Josh from Resort TV can play the instruments for the
Oh,
sing-along.
they're not done.
No.
Jersey Mike said he'd pay big bucks for those cookbooks.
Oh, you're so kind.
Does it make sense to try the baklava while we wait?
I'm gonna cut into this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I can cut into this, get a couple of triangles out, put them on the plate, and we'll do the baklava. But if Richie, if you could grab my phone so I could take a picture for my gram.
The gram.
But,
Your grandma?
I'm gonna take the center pieces because those are usually the best ones.
I think you can't have dessert first.
Nah.
But somebody said it was free.
Donna, it should go on a blog as well as a video for each recipe. Yeah, like you could like put, here's the recipe and here's a video of me making it.
That's a good idea.
Maybe create them as merch so we can buy to support the channel.
Oh, that's a good idea too. You guys have great ideas.
Hey Meg, Mickey's
Meg,
Magic.
hi Meg. I'm so glad you joined us. Guys, make sure you check out Mickey's Magic because her channel is really awesome. Okay. Now, mind you, I usually would let the baklava sit like overnight to set, but here we go.
There it is.
Because usually if you let it sit even for a day or two after making it, it gets better because that syrup gets absorbed more. Oh, I got a little on my fingers and it tastes really good. I put forks for everyone here.
Mickey's Magic says, Archons, you get to enjoy this tasty meal.
Definitely.
And then these are gonna go on the Instagram and then we'll try them. And then what I'll do is, we'll put it in selfie mode. Hi, Donna.
Oh, hello. Hi, everybody.
Because you know we got a selfie as we get ready to try.
Oh, it tastes really good. Okay. I had
Did
a
you-
little on my finger.
Oh, you're sneaking.
I...
Okay.
Okay, come on, Richie.
And then we can probably move this that way so they can see
I
us.
put knives and forks in there.
Brandy's booking her flight.
Oh, come on over, Brandy. I'd love to have you over. We could have a cook-off. It would be great. We could marathon cook.
A friendly cook-off.
It would be a marathon. We'd cook together.
So maybe we should, I don't know if it, well, I could put
Move
it
it
here.
over. Yeah.
I don't have to be okay.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
It's her channel, her choices.
Yep. You're my choice. Get over here. Okay. Everyone grab a fork. I put them in. Isn't this cute, guys?
Ooh.
So I've got this new flatware, and it's got Mickeys on them. Aren't they cute? They're like subtle, but they're so cute. And this is a knife. I'll give you a knife.
Thank you.
And then got forks too. And aren't they cute? I just love the Mickeys. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Okay. Opa, everybody.
Opa.
Okay. We'll need a knife. Should we do the chocolate first?
That might overpower the regular.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the regular so we aren't like, you know, not disappointed, but like, yeah. I say regular first.
Go ahead. Richard's going in first, everybody.
Richard's going first.
The legend.
It's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it'll mellow out. Like I said, if you let it sit a day or two, but we don't have that kind of time. Okay. Go ahead, Mickey.
1 second.
That's up, fell over. There we go. I got
Got
it. Yeah.
Is this a success? Did I do good?
Yeah.
I'm not a frog cook.
It's good.
It's good. It's legit.
It's fine. Later cooking.
Oh man. That tastes like my grandma's would make. Okay. That's legit.
It's decadent.
Very decadent. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be eating this for like a year. Well, you've got to take some home. Would your mom be able to eat that?
Yeah.
Oh, then she's getting some. Okay, we ready for chocolate?
Ooh.
And I really think, I know, I want your opinions too. On the orange, I think the orange blossom water instead of the rose water was a good call.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick?
What was the question?
I said, I think the orange blossom water over the rose petal water was a good call.
And then it would have been too strong.
I think it would too. Go ahead, that's a chocolate.
Ooh.
You dig in.
gotta get this a certain way.
And it's funny because you and I like that one, and that one would be a bit easier to make because you didn't have to do the rolling and all that. You're wrecking my place now.
It kind of fell apart.
You're fine. I have given you the business.
Pamela said excellent job, Donna. Both the dishes
Aw.
look amazing.
Thank you so much. Oh, the proof is in the pudding here. We've got a minute left on here.
There's pudding too.
I still say they need a couple more minutes.
And even if it falls apart, you can really just like scoop it up. Not bad.
And I will say, they do serve chocolate baklava in Morocco, the Morocco Pavilion at Epcot, but it's only, I believe, for the Festival of the Holidays. If you guys know differently, let me know in the chat, but that's my understanding. And I couldn't find a recipe for it, that's why I went with the one I found.
Dessert first, then Spanakopita. Yeah, read some of the chat.
Let's see. Can you guys invite me over next time? Yes, Alexis, for sure. Hi, Noah. Dessert first, then Spanakopita. You've got it right, Pamela. Okay, so Neil has a very important question.
What's up?
He wants to know what Figment thinks of dessert.
He likes it.
Does he give it 2 little Figment thumbs up?
Figment likes it. I was gonna wear the Remy one if I had it.
Todd B says Samantha Lowe needs to chow. I'm agreeing.
Sam, come on
with
over.
that.
She's gonna like the Spanakopita, I think.
She loves Spanakopita. I don't know if she's not a nut fan. So yeah, she's got nuts for nuts or
She'll
chocolate.
take my place for the Copita. I'll take her place for the.
There you go.
Um,
Oh, even if he didn't like it,
Everything.
he would use his imagination. Oh,
Yes.
that's funny. Yes, yes, Lynn. Come right to my house. You're welcome anytime.
Come on over.
Yep.
The address is no, I'm not gonna give out the
Oh,
address.
thank you, Wendy. She says, this is such a great stream. I will be watching all of your streams. I sure appreciate that. I'm just glad. It's like being able to visit with my friends in my kitchen, you know, during these bizarre times that we're living in right now. And it's my way of showing my love of feeding people with all of you. And I just love doing it. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do. It's fun. What are you doing to me?
I was trying to get a little closer and then it got too close.
Back up.
I wonder how close it would get.
Oh, hi, Danny and Jess from Two Real Geeks. Oh, yes, Amber, if you do try the recipe, anyone who tries the recipe, just message me on Instagram or Twitter and let me know how you like it, if you tweaked anything or if, you know, you needed to do something different. I always like feedback like that so I know, you know, how it turned out for everyone else.
I know what you need. You need a Facebook group so people can post their pictures.
And recipes, we can share recipes. Oh, do you guys want a Facebook group where we could share recipes and our pictures of trying the recipes
And
together?
if you don't have a Facebook, get a Facebook.
Yeah.
They're free.
And we could post the recipes before the stream in there, and then you guys could follow along with me if you want to.
I think that's a
But
great
yeah,
idea.
yeah. Let me know. Oh, we got Joe says thumbs up. Yes, yes, please. And Jada says, Donna, next time make tater tots with mac and cheese stuff from Magic Kingdom. Oh, now you're talking.
Let's do that.
That sounds really good.
Tachos.
Tachos. We could make that and tachos. All the tots.
Let's do it.
We'll do all the tots. But we did promise cake and cookies, so.
Yes.
But that will definitely be a future stream, for sure. Oh, thank you, Lucille. That's very sweet of you to say. I appreciate that. How big is my iPad capacity? I believe it's 256 gigs. Yep. Oh, thanks, Noah.
Mine's 1.21 gigawatts.
Richie, he's always the comedian. But yeah, it's so funny too because when we started this stream, guys, it was perfectly sunny and clear outside, and now it's like.
So this isn't the sun going down.
No, it's like it was a dark and stormy night outside.
Because I saw it getting dark, I was like, wait, the sun going down. And it's 6:21 outside or whatever.
Yeah, well, the thunder is indicative of that too. But yeah, for sure. But it's funny, over the 25 years that the restaurant of the Marrakesh restaurant was open, between 1984 and 2009, I'll share some of the recipes with you. They had a Moroccan style grilled salmon, which sounds really delicious. They had a tagine of veal. They had lamb couscous. Things I hadn't even like heard of there, which is kind of weird. They had harira brewa, which is that spicy minced beef in the phyllo with the powdered sugar on top. I'm gonna call those in. Yeah. So our oven just went off, so we're gonna go and check on our spanakopita.
My sitting break was good.
Should we go 5 more minutes? We need 5 more minutes. We need to anything? I need to jack up the oven. Okay.
She's jacking up the oven.
Yeah, it's not browning like it usually does, so I'm going to put it on for about 5 more minutes.
Wendy Watts says, do we eat the baklava cold?
Yeah.
Yes. You eat it cold.
Yes. I mean, you could eat it warm. It's a preference, but generally it is served at room temperature. Not like cold, like from the fridge, but room temperature.
Yeah. Not freezing, but not piping hot.
Yep. Oh, Jacob, Sam is here. She's just kind of mulling around in the background. She's not a nut fan or a chocolate fan, so the baklava is not her thing.
The spanakopita will be.
But the spanakopita, for sure, she will definitely.
She'll try I'm sure she'll try the spanakopita.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Oh, and yes, please, to the Facebook group. You got it. We'll work on that right now.
I think we should do that.
Yep. Oh, really, JL? That's funny. He says his iPad Pro still has the headphone jack. I have made moussaka. I love moussaka, and pasticcio is what I call Greek lasagna. I love pasticcio. It's delicious.
Don't believe me? Ask the dish. Ask France.
Well done, Donna. You have inspired me to try cooking these tomorrow. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yes, please, like I said, if you can, put pictures on Instagram, tag me, or message me and let me know how they turned out for you. I really hope you like the recipes because they're so fun to make. And they really weren't that hard. I mean, they take time, but the process is not hard.
Well, and also it was your first time doing it.
Yeah, I was going to my recipe a lot because I didn't want to mess it up. I do that the first time I'm making something I'm not familiar with. And then once I'm familiar with the dish, then I tweak it to what I would do with it. Kind of like the Tonga toast, remember? Because I knew it was French toast batter. And they didn't call for the type of bread I used. I used brioche, and the recipe said to use sourdough. And I knew that wouldn't really go with a sweet French toast, so I made it with the brioche. And we all liked it better with the brioche bread. I also added some vanilla to the batter, which it didn't call for, and that kind of amped up the flavor too. So I do that once I'm a little bit familiar with the recipe. So, yeah. I didn't want to mess this one up.
Yeah.
That came out good. It turned out well. So, yeah. Yeah, see, Lucille knows what I'm talking about.
Tell him, Lucille.
Yeah. This is so much fun. Oh, did we, oh, thank you, Ryan. We spelled Spanakopita wrong in the title. It's Spana, it's with an A, not an I.
I have to fix the thumbnail anyway because it didn't catch the thumbnail, so we'll fix everything.
Yep, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out.
At least I didn't put like cheeseburger rolls in there. You're making something totally different.
I would have given it to you later, Mr. If you did.
No. It's, yeah, well, it was
hi,
right in the
Mickey
other
Travels. You'll be getting some of these yummy goodies sent home with Nicholas.
Yeah.
Come say hi to your family.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Which ones are it?
Mickey Travels.
He loves you.
Yeah. I could have probably, I know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, I want to make my recipe book too. You should, Lucille. You should. Oh, dolmas. Oh, I love dolmas. Those are stuffed grape leaves, if anyone doesn't know. They're so good. My family would make them not just stuffed with rice. It was a rice and meat mixture. You could either use ground beef or lamb, and you stuff the grape leaves with that, and it's so good. My brother could eat like a dozen of them at a time. I don't know if he could still do that. He could down those things. Oh, Mickey Blanc says, hi Nick, I see you too. They all see you.
They're all spying on me.
They are not spying, they're enjoying the cooking.
Hello. Tell them I'm checking on something for school.
He is checking on something for school, Mickey Blog and Mickey Travel,
So,
so
tell
he
him
will
I'm
be
doing
right
good.
back. And for those of you that don't know, Mickey Travels and Mickey Blog are the place to go for any of your vacation planning needs. They are platinum earmarked by Disney, so they know their stuff, and I wouldn't go to anybody else but them. They know what they're doing, and they will make sure you have a wonderful vacation, so check them out for sure. And my oven's going off, so I'm gonna go get them.
Did they pay you to say that?
No.
Okay. Okay, you got the camera?
Yes, I do. Mickey Travel said thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
I'll call Mickey Travels right now.
That's a hideous close-up of me.
Thank you.
Am I coming on over?
Yeah, we'll put some of these on a plate. I want them to see the difference in the color. So these are the air fried ones.
Air fry.
And these on the plate are air fried. And then oven.
Facebook name suggestion, Donna's Disney Delights.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a couple.
They don't look, well, they don't look that much different.
No, they don't at all.
Like you could mix them around, you wouldn't know which one, which is which.
So I'm gonna put 3 so we can, I'm gonna put 3 and 3 so
Yeah.
we each get our own. Sam, you gonna have one? Oh.
You and Richie.
Okay, well I should have put 2 and 2 then.
Well, it makes for a better picture. Maybe Sam will try one off stream.
This is over here.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, we can go in now.
Go for it.
Okay, I forgot which were which. Well, the hot ones will be the oven. Oven. These are the oven, these are the air fryer. Okay, let's do air fryer first because they're cooler.
It's really hot.
Well, these are hotter.
Which ones are these, oven or air fryer?
Okay, these are air fry.
Air fryer? Okay.
They're messy.
Richard's going for it and Donna's going for it.
Mm-hmm. They're really yummy.
The baklava's better.
Mmm.
I like this very much. I like it's crispy, like it should be and creamy on the inside. And I could not tell, if you told me this was made in an oven and not an air fryer, I would believe you. Would you believe that was air fried?
Richie knows the truth. He wouldn't have to believe. So, as you're enjoying those, if you had to, so we talked about the baklava. If you had to pick one, I said you get Spanakopita or any of the baklavas. Which one would you get?
For me, it's a tie.
No ties. You have to pick one.
If I had to pick
I am
one,
making
I'd
you
pick
pick
the
one.
regular baklava.
Okay, so Spanakopita and chocolate are out.
If I had to pick one.
Okay, Richard, what about you? You get the three of them.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the oven. I'm going in for the oven ones. They might be really hot, so I'm gonna be careful. I don't miss the butter on these. I really don't. And you gotta remember, there's a lot of butter in the baklava. This has no butter, so this is really health conscious.
I can hear that crunch from here. I'm sure they can hear it too.
It's very good.
So do you know, critiquing your cooking, would you say you like Epcot's better or you like yours better? I mean, obviously, you kind of have to go. Like,
I like mine better.
Okay.
But there's a reason. I've seen Epcot's recipe, and they add ricotta cheese into theirs, and I would never, ever, ever, ever put it in my Spanakopita. But that's just me.
Richard, have you tried Epcot's?
No.
Okay.
First time I've ever had it was the last time she made it.
Yeah.
Really good. I like them very much. But yeah, so there you have it, guys.
There is chocolate baklava and regular baklava and Spanakopita.
I'd say we had a very successful cooking demo today.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I have my tea? Thank you.
It does not get better than this.
But yeah, it was. I was very pleased with how everything turned out. Air fryer worked wonderfully. Don't have an air fryer. Oven worked perfectly fine. It took a lot longer in the oven than the air fryer. The air fryer, it took 7 minutes, and boom, they were done. The oven took about almost 30. So there's the difference there.
Yeah.
Yep. So should we wrap this up?
Sure.
Okay.
It's your stream, so give me your
Okay.
outro.
So I want to thank everyone for joining us. This was so much fun. It went a little bit longer than I planned, so I'm sorry about that. Everyone that stuck around, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you liked it. Follow me on my socials because I put all my food pictures and everything there. And keep an eye out because I will be posting a video for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So that'll be coming your way soon. We have a Funko Pop and a Lego Brickheads Mandalorian and the Child that we're giving away. So it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Come on, everybody, get in. We can say goodbye.
Well, I got a selfie so we can see it.
There we go. So yes, I want to thank Nick and Sam and Richard for helping me with the chat and everything and the camera and the lighting and everything. I could not do this without them. I totally flopped. So thank you, Nick. Thank you, Richard. And thank you, Samantha. Even though she didn't want to be a taste tester today, but that's okay.
Next time.
Next time. And I just want to thank everyone for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks. We'll go every other week, so not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, 4 p.m., and we will let you know what we'll be making. So thank you. Until then, have a great night. Bye, everybody.